Is it going to be the Gosu crew or Making a Movie?
The Gosu crew with their legendary RPS going up against Making a Movie's RMP. These two teams bringing their A game in game number 1.
But Acro bringing a bit of a piratey surprise on that Outlaw Rogue, and we saw Alec use this combination of specializations yesterday, and it can be a surprising amount of burst, and if the Gosu crew are caught off guard, they could easily lose the blind pick, losing that swing match advantage for the rest of the series. This is the first series of the final day of BlizzCon. An entire year of investment will be decided today.
Blind on Absurge, cheap shot on Peekaboo. Morrow getting aggressive with Combustion. WizK saves him with the life grip, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Peekaboo has to trade out the Cloak of Shadows.
Immediate burst in crowd control from Making a Movie. Pretty standard start. They would like to pull more cooldowns from Absturge, but Absturge is not giving it to them. That will allow the Gosu crew an opportunity to get aggressive moving forward. Peekaboo's ready and waiting.
Yep, so for Making a Movie, Peekaboo is going to be their target of choice, making swaps on Absturge. Potentially right here, it looks like he's going to get stunned up, and they're still going to be targeting down Peekaboo. Silence on Ratify. Peekaboo having to play defensive once again in this matchup, having to vanish out, looking for a cheap shot on tomorrow. The Gosu crew needs to get some pressure rolling.
Peekaboo committing that vanish to break up crowd control and allow Absturge to freely start to heal the team. Ratify maintaining his mana quite effectively. Obviously the Gosu crew look to play for that late game advantage if they can't find a kill before that point. Peekaboo is still held on to this vendetta for quite some time, and I'm curious to see when the Gosu crew are going to pull that trigger, but in the meantime, Peekaboo gets caught. Making a Movie, try to make a move here onto the Gosu crew, but Peekaboo just not taking too much damage. They followed up with a huge hit in game 1. Spirit Totem and the Void Shift overlapped. The Gosu crew start to panic.
Yeah, that was Absurge's trinket as well. This is looking very good for Making a Movie. Acro now into a full kidney shot. Ratify immediately responds before going into the fear with a pain suppression, keeping Acro alive. That's going to save his Cloak of Shadows as well as his Vanish cooldown. So well done by Making a Movie. Another setup here onto Absurge. Blind onto him into a full polymorph. Now Peekaboo in a little bit of trouble. Really not too much left. Both rogues in a little trouble.
Yep, both Acro and Peekaboo the primary targets here as they go head-to-head around the corner. Who will fall first? Acro forced to retreat away. Peekaboo gunning down for Morrow now as well. Ratify burned down below half mana at this point. If the Gosu crew can start to stabilize, they will win on that late game advantage. Peekaboo held on to that vendetta for so long and didn't really get too much done with it. Now they're looking for an opportunity to strike towards Morrow, forcing a defensive Dragon's Breath. Morrow trying to peel for the team and recover. Absturge getting ready and positioned for crowd control. Nice read by Absturge, setting his team up here for this incoming stun. Will it be enough now? It's the question. No. Peekaboo forced to trade as well, and the Gosu crew are falling heavily behind on cooldowns.
Yep, full blind on Acro. Gosu crew will stabilize with it. And you look at Ratify's mana, it is not doing well. The Gosu crew will have an advantage in late game. Morrow taking a little bit of damage as Peekaboo's looking to reconnect, but this is a good situation for Making a Movie if Morrow can live here. Peekaboo, no trinket. Absturge, no trinket. If they can get a nice triple CC setup, they could definitely take the Gosu crew down.
This is still an even fight. The Gosu crew are winning on mana, but they're losing significantly on cooldowns. Either team could take this as we inch closer and closer to dampening. Ratify looking to make a move, sprinting into the entire team. Morrow gets the polymorph. Will WizK be able to get the Master Spell? Doesn't look like he's even going to go for it. Instead, chaining a Psychic Scream together, trying to stall out the crowd control, but it's not stalling it out. Absturge still locked down. Peekaboo peels for the team. Good defensive play between Peekaboo and WizK during that attempt. They deflect Making a Movie once again. Now momentum swings in their favor.
Yeah, Morrow getting bursted down. This could be the cauterize as he gets interrupted. All three members of the Gosu crew looking to close out this game. Ratify, no mana left. Temporal Shield is used. Will he be able to survive? Ratify doing everything he can. There's the ice block. Master Spell comes in from WizK, but Peekaboo in a lot of trouble. A huge setup coming in from Making a Movie. Unbelievable. Right as they're about to be
seconds away from game 2 between the Gosu crew and Making a Movie.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if the Gosu crew, they can play a little bit more solid defense. That cooldown overlap we saw in game number 1 cannot happen if they want to win against a team at high of a caliber as Making a Movie.
All right, let's see if Making a Movie can get a surprise attack here. Morrow sneaking across the map, invisibility. They can't see him. If Morrow can get in a good position, They could have a devastating start. I'm curious if Making a Movie are going to surprise attack Absurge. Morrow out of invisibility now. Peekaboo can start the fight. This is a great opener for the Gosu crew.
Yep, Vendetta going to be pulled out right away onto Morrow. The Gosu crew wants to get offensive. Acro's going to be shutting it down with a blind on Absurge. Once again, WizK saving Peekaboo with the life grip, getting him out of that devastating meteor.
That was really great teamwork from WizK. Life gripping Peekaboo to safety out of that meteor. Vampiric Embrace to start supporting him. Really good cooldown usage from WizK early on. That allows them to extend their cooldowns for a much longer window of time to burn Ratapai's mana down. Peekaboo gunning down for Morrow at this point. Bit of a targeting change up here from the Gosu crew. They were targeting Acro in game 1. This time around targeting Morrow, looking to break up his crowd control as much as possible. Cheeky mind controls from WizK, potentially to try and run Ratapai out of mana. He's going to use those expensive dispels to remove that. In the meantime, Making a Movie start an attack, but they managed to break it up for a couple of seconds. Peekaboo survives the stun lock. Shadow stepping aggressively over to Morrow, trying to force him off of Absturge. Kidney shot denies the poly, but Ratapai in position to follow up. Gets denied with a mass dispel. Once again, great teamwork by WizK.
Yeah, nicely done by Making a Movie, though, getting those crowd control setups consistently. Morrow in a little bit of trouble. Peekaboo looking to reconnect, but he's caught into the Frost Nova. Morrow getting lower with the silence on Ratapai. Is short onto him, unfortunately. I think the road actually was on diminishing return, so he didn't get full value out of that. Kidney shot on Acro. Gosu crew making plays all over the place.
Yeah, back and forth between both of these teams, battling it out in the lower bracket. Tournament lives on the line. Absurge with big recovery cooldowns. He wants his team to be safe and healthy to make a play, but now they're overextended. Morrow gets interrupted on the crowd control. Ratapai moves in, he gets stalled out, but the Ring of Frost is good. Peekaboo's in trouble, but Morrow dips low at the same second in this ice block at dangerously low health. Will Ratapai be able to save Morrow in time? Making Movie continue the chain, but it's now faded. Morrow in trouble out of that ice block, and the Gosu crew have a massive lead.
Yeah, Making a Movie, there is a smoke bomb available on Peekaboo. Kidney shot on Morrow. Gosu crew looking to put a point on the board. Morrow gets lower, gets mind controlled on his temporal shield, dispelled by Ratapai immediately. Nicely done by Ratapai. That was a sick play from WizK, but he was able to shut it down.
Dark Archangel available. If Morrow can land some burst here, it could be devastating. They're going to pop it. They're going all in on Peekaboo. Absturge trades instantly to that attack, and now the Gosu crew have burned through a lot of their defensive cooldown arsenal, but they've got one more opportunity here. They commit the blind. They need to take Morrow in these next couple of seconds, but he's kiting too effectively. Acro is going to save him. Defensive blind sap from Acro denies the kill on Morrow. Sick plays by Acro.
Yeah, you can see the Gosu crew, they have no trinkets. Once again, Making a Movie, they just need one clean setup. They have to survive a little bit longer. Morrow's going to be in a little bit of trouble right now. Ratapai has no cooldowns left to save him. Peekaboo connects with the full kidney shot. Morrow going to be getting lower. Silence on Ratapai. He trinkets, life grips Morrow to safety.
Yeah, but Ratapai has burned through that mana. If Making a Movie can't get a kill soon, it's looking grim here in game 2 for them. Morrow getting bursted. WizK sets up the crowd control, lands the double. Morrow is all alone. Peekaboo gunning down for his life. Will Ratapai be able to save him in these final seconds? He blinks on 5%. Penance is good. He barely stays alive. And now Making a Movie starting to strike back. Peekaboo down at half. Full polymorph secured. Peekaboo trades. He will stay alive. Marching towards Morrow. Morrow in desperation. Will he be able to stay in this? No. Ratapai can't keep him going. Gosu crew take game 2.
All time. Let me hear you make some noise.
Neither team is pulling any punches in this best-of-5 series. Who's going to be going home and who's going to have a second chance in this tournament? We're about to find out here in game number 3. It's been a nail-biter. Both of these teams completely evenly matched. We see Making a Movie with a much better start here in game 3, but WizK once again with great support. Might not even be enough. Peekaboo forced to trade out a lot of his defensive arsenal through Acro's initial attack.
I can't help but feel that was a huge overreaction from Peekaboo. They used everything. Evasion, Cloak of Shadows, Trinket, Feint. Still playing defensive in the situation. Absurge finally out of crowd control, able to land some heals. Ratapai trinketed exchange as well. So Gosu crew has an opportunity to land some crowd control, a silence into the stun. Morrow could get taken down. Looks like Making a Movie is actually putting some decent pressure on WizK.
Yeah, Making a Movie went all in on Peekaboo. It didn't pay off for them. Now they're going to be heavily behind here, and the Gosu crew are looking to ramp up some momentum. Crowd control is good on Rata. Morrow dips low here very early on. Ratapai denies the kill with a well-placed barrier. Morrow now looking to reverse the crowd control of his own. 3-on-1 towards Peekaboo. Tons of damage. WizK gets locked out. Absturge is forced to trade. trade and making a movie stay in it.
Yeah, Gosu crew has used almost everything. Void Shift is the only thing available to keep Peekaboo alive, but WizK has no trinket. Making a movie is one setup away from winning this game. Acro still has a smoke bomb available. Maro knows it. He's playing defensive, just spamming out the polymorphs. They just need to buy a little time.
Yeah, what is the move for the Gosu crew here in game 3? They're against the wall. They don't have many options to survive another attack. If they can't get a kill within the next 20 seconds, it's going to be looking grim for Peekaboo. Peekaboo after hiding behind the pillar. They know it's coming. Is making the movie going to be able to close out here? Peekaboo still on the run. Maro gets the triple. If they can get follow-up off this, they land it. WizK needs to support. Will Peekaboo hang on? Master Spell connects. WizK hard carries.
WizK, a phenomenal job defensively there. The double fear, the Master Spell, keeping Peekaboo alive. Maro now into the kidney shot. He has no trinket to get out of this. Smoke bomb gets dropped. They're looking for the damage. Can they get the ice block? Maro escapes with his life. Temporal shield. Ratify connects the heals and he stabilizes.
Peekaboo needs to stay alive for 4 seconds, 10 seconds away from that trinket. Will WizK carry once again? It does look to be the case. Ratify moves in to deny WizK's support. Will it be enough? Peekaboo is dipping dangerously low. He needs a couple more seconds. Is he going to make it? He makes it, but they overlap. A bit of a panicked moment there for the Gosu crew, and that's a huge opening for making a movie.
And now swap on WizK. He has the dispersion available. Will he use it? Ratify trinkets out of the blind. They need another nice setup. The Gosu crew needs to buy a little time, but not really working with too much. Like you said, Sid, that overlap from Peekaboo with WizK with the Void Shift doesn't leave Gosu crew in a great spot.
The Gosu crew don't have many cooldowns. Ratify doesn't have very much mana. It's a race to the finish. Peekaboo's going to have a huge burst window here. Maro denies it with a well-placed temporal shield, soaking it up, but Upsurge manages to purge it off. Maro and Acro are isolated. The crowd control is good on Ratify. If they can keep this chain going a bit longer, the chain gets dropped. Ratify's free. Maro should recover. He's looking to set up to win. Landing that polymorph. Peekaboo trinkets. He's in trouble. Acro moves in with the killing spree, but the mind controls from WizK. The support looks good, and Peekaboo's likely to reverse this. Ratify getting locked down, hanging on by a thread in these final seconds. Ratify gets mind control. WizK hard carrying again. Maro denies the support. Making a movie stay in it, but for how much longer, Ben?
Power word barrier from Ratify is the only thing that kept Acro alive. Very nicely done by making a movie to stay in this game just a little bit longer. That was Peekaboo's vendetta as well. They didn't commit it to Maro. Still has the ice block. Big setup on Peekaboo. Cheap shot and Upsurge. Can they take him down? Peekaboo looking to needs to get away, putting a little pressure on tomorrow. Once again, Ratify landing a huge fear. Upsurge into the polymorph. Peekaboo's left all alone. Trying to survive. He's getting lower. He's out of line of sight. Upsurge has a few seconds left on the crowd control. Finally gets out, drops the Earthen Shield Totem, and the Gosu crew lives.
WizK's putting the team on his back right now. Single-handedly allowed Peekaboo to survive during that last attack, and now they've got an opportunity here. Ratify's completely ran out of steam. Both these teams with basically nothing left to stay in the fight. At any point when crowd control is initiated, the Gosu crew pull the trigger first. Upper burst coming in from Upsurge. They want to close this out. Ratify retreating back, but they're going to go for the blind play. This could easily be it. It's triple crowd control. It looks good. And making a movie are going to not take it down. Peekaboo hangs on by a thread, but Upsurge is still locked down in crowd control. They need to get Upsurge out as soon as possible, but he's just getting chained. Peekaboo on the run. Peekaboo stays alive.
Peekaboo lives. The miracle worker trades out everything to survive. That setup was beautiful for making a movie, but Peekaboo's not out of it yet. DR polymorph on Upsurge. Peekaboo still has to keep himself alive. Defensive fear on Acro. He's got no trinket. Oh, and a nice sap coming in from Peekaboo. That buys the Gosu crew enough time. Ratify running on fumes. I don't know how much longer they can live, Sid.
If Acro can get a re-stealth off the back of that sap, could be devastating, but he walks into a double fear by WizK, looking for the final setup here, potentially. Smoke bomb gets dropped in desperation. Maro in trouble, blinking to safety. Peekaboo gets gouged up, Acro trying to save him, but it may not be enough. Ratify's got basically nothing left to work with. Peekaboo getting set up on the same time. Maro or Peekaboo could fall at any second in this game. Maro hangs on. Ratify, how are you doing this? You got nothing, but he's still hanging on. Cauterized procs. Maro on the run, but he's gonna go down. But Peekaboo at the same time could easily fall. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Gosu crew are on match point. The gates have opened. This is going to be a bloodbath, start to finish. If you make even one mistake, that will be the end of you. WizK with Mind Sears desperately trying to find Acro, but he's able to sneak in. Is he going to go for a surprise attack? It doesn't look like it. Peekaboo manages to get a sap on RMPal. Nice reaction by Peekaboo. This gives the Gosu crew a great start.
Yeah, Peekaboo wants to get aggressive with that sap as well, pulling the trigger on the Vendetta. RMPal into the silence, potentially into a blind, but Peekaboo's not there to get it. Peekaboo actually vanishes off during the setup. He doesn't want to have to trade out anything else. That was a beautiful play by Peekaboo, forcing Maro and Acro to put pressure on WizK, which is essentially wasted damage.
Nice start by Peekaboo, forcing many cooldowns from making a movie and securing a significant lead here on match point. If I'm making a movie, I am starting to sweat. No Gladiator's Medallion on the healer. Maro with no Gladiator's Medallion. This is desperation. It's basically up to Acro. What can he do to get something going here for their team? It's dire straits. Maro caught in a stun once again, but Acro makes the move, gunning down Peekaboo. Tons of damage. Is he gonna be able to carry the team? No, he gets denied. Peekaboo survives, and the Gosu crew continue their lead.
That was mistimed by Acro. Unfortunately, Maro was in a kidney shot during that setup. He couldn't commit any damage, but Peekaboo's still in a little bit of trouble. Master Spell coming in from WizK, freeing up Absurge for a second, but there's a polymorph on Absurge. Peekaboo uses the evasion, trying to avoid some damage. Absurge has to trinket, has to trade out the Spirit Link. Peekaboo trinkets as well. The Gosu crew basically trades out everything in that exchange.
The lead that they established has now been lost, and this game is much more evenly matched. In the making a movie, stay in it. WizK getting attacked a bit here. Acro, RMPal, Maro looking to push forward. Peekaboo, Absurge, and WizK positioning defensively here, posturing up for making a movie's next attack. No Gladiators Medallions on the side of Gosu crew. Crowd control will sit for full durations, which is deadly against a rogue mage priest. WizK, he's reading the situation. He's got Vampiric Embrace rolling right before the attack engages, stalling the fight out potentially long enough, but there's the triple crowd control threat. Will Peekaboo fall here in game number 4? It looks like it's going to be good. Peekaboo is going to stay in it. Really?
How is he doing this?
5% health. Peekaboo holds on. No! He manages to survive.
No way! WizK with a hero void chip keeps Peekaboo in the fight. The Gosu crew, they need to get aggressive right now. Fear on RMPal. Acro taking a bit of damage, but Maro is the main target here. Big damage on him, forced into the ice block. Will there be a Master Spell? No, Acro shuts it down with a stun on WizK.
That was the scariest point in the game for the Gosu crew, and they make it out alive. Potentially have to do it again, though. They didn't net a kill. They got an ice block. RMPal still has a lot left in the tank to keep his team going. He knows that. He's getting aggressive, moving for a power play, standing right on top of Absurge. He gets blinded, trinkets. Absurge locked in crowd control. WizK once again, life gripping Peekaboo right before the Psychic Scream, avoiding that meteor. Nice play, but it might not even be enough. Peekaboo in panic mode here to try and stabilize. He's got multiple cheap shots. He's on the run, looking to break up the crowd control. Once again, the Gosu crew survive another situation that any other team would have fallen to.
Very nicely done by the Gosu crew. Making a movie is doing beautiful CC, but they're just getting denied everywhere. Now Maro into the kidney shot. RMPal forced to use the powered barrier. Hex snuck in by Absurge, gets decursed immediately. Maro, he has his combustion, so making a movie, they still have an opportunity, but the Gosu crew, everyone's got their trinket available. Peekaboo has the evasion, has the Cloak of Shadows. What are they going to do?
This game is swinging in favor of the Gosu crew. It's match point. Making a movie need a miracle here. Peekaboo pre-feints the incoming stun, trades out Cloak. Acro drops the stun chain. Misplay there by Acro. That leaves an opening for the Gosu crew. RMPal tapped out on mana at this point. Maro doesn't have much to stay in the fight either. Crowd control's over. Peekaboo guns down for the final stun potentially here of the game. Instant win shear by Absurge. Nice job there. Maro blinks. He tried to stay in it. WizK's moving in. Maro holding on by a thread. WizK nails it, and Maro's in trouble. How much longer can he stay alive? Peekaboo's gunning down to stay in this tournament, but Maro still holds on by barely in this fight, but he is ultimately going to knock him out. He's holding on by a thread. This is actually unbelievable. It's not enough. The Gosu crew stay in it.
The Gosu crew going to be able to take this series. North America has another hope. BlizzCon, let me hear it one more time.
To watch those life bars, they were just getting chunked down over and over and over.
Oh, this is exactly what we wanted to see. Skill Tapped EU versus Pen and Paper Blind Pick, the Grand Arena.
We've seen 3 European teams knocked down at this BlizzCon. We don't necessarily want to see a 4-player duo, and myself What's happening at this BlizzCon?
Yeah, we have the pen and paper picking up that TSG. Already getting
Already.
incredibly low, forcing out the Iron Buck and the tree form from Looney. He's going to use that Innovate in conjunction with that tree form to keep him top. Already we see an explosive opener coming out from pen and paper as that Arms TSG, Danny Sinner on that Death Knight, PP Cat on the Arms Warrior, and Saji on that Mistweaver.
Fast-paced, destructive action is what we can expect in a matchup like this. Melee's just bashing each other's skulls in here as Blizzo and Zeepai are in hot pursuit of Danny Sinner, who's kiting away using that Death Knight mobility. The slows, of course, from the Chains of Ice helping a lot in this melee versus melee matchup. Now we see stun over onto Saji. He's able to break that one. PP Cat going into battle stance here. They taste blood in the water. They're going after Zeepai.
Yeah, they forced out the Astral Shift as well. There was a nice disarm coming out from Blizzo to force PP Cat to trinket out of it, to keep up the pressure. The Astral Shift was very good. Looney also used his trinket there as well. He has the Iron Buck. They have decent cooldowns. And I think if Looney keeps up this healing and they deal with the burst, they should be a nice lead kick coming out from PP Cat as well to try and add on to the pressure. It looks like the main kill target right now will be Zeepai, whereas pen and paper, they're going to gun for Danny Sinner or PP Cat.
I think Saji on the Mistweaver Monk, he can just put out so much healing per second, and his mana's also keeping up with Looney, so that's definitely something that we need to watch for. Pen and paper with this Mistweaver can also potentially provide a lot of damage, and they're going for it right now. Here comes the way of the Crane. Zeepai no wall, Looney no trinket. If they can land a crowd control here, Saji going for it, maybe going for the kill here.
Yeah, Zeepai kiting away though beautifully. He's just going to get away. They use the grip stun onto Looney, but Zeepai in that Ghost Wolf going to avoid as much damage as possible when he has Blizzo on his side, healing with those disarms and the jewels, and at the same time PP Cat getting very low right now, using his racial there to get out of a tricky situation. Bash on Asagi, if he could land a clone, could be devastating, but Danny Sinner is all over that, keeping him safe. Nice play from him.
China's #1 against many people's favorites coming into the competition. Pen and paper against skill-capped EU here, duking it out. Blizzo dropping low. Looney slightly behind on the mana bar, really struggling a little bit to keep up with this unrelenting damage from pen and paper. We see now Ring of Peace on the ground, mitigating some of that preemptively on the fear. Once again, great plays from Saji.
Great plays indeed from Saji, and it appears that Looney isn't playing with that Cyclone, so he's just trying to out-mana and out-heal the pressure coming out from this TSG right now. Full stun onto Looney. They're trying to get aggressive. Storm onto Zeepai. He trinkets out of it. Astral Shift. PP keep dropping low as well. Needs to be very careful. The fear followed up onto Looney. Zeepai dropping lower and lower. Disarm used onto him. Nice disarm heals coming out from Blizzo. Looney trying to heal. A good pummel though from Danny Sinner. He needs to keep him alive. They use the Iron Bark now as well. And when this Iron Bark fades, Zeepai will be in a lot of trouble.
He could well be. We see the Iron Bark now down. No Astral Shift for Zeepai. He's in a lot of trouble here. China looking to push the advantage. Saji has Way of the Crane rather, active in this situation. Blizzo also dropping low. Looney and Saji, both of them running on fumes here, running out of fuel in the tank to keep their teams alive. Blizzo finds himself caught up in a Stormbolt, does have that trinket available. Zeepai will be the target of choice.
He will be the target. Blizzo has everything. They're pushing in for a sap on the Looney. Zeepai getting lower and lower. He tried to Ring of Pieces him away, but he pops that tree form. He really wants to keep him alive. He has the Innovate now. This is his last line of defense for quite some time. Saji lower on mana right now. Uses the Life Cocoon on the PP Cat. Looks like they're trying to gun down for that Arms Warrior. After that Cocoon, though, they have to deal with the Die by the Sword. They could be able to take him down. There's just so much pressure coming out from both teams. Blizzo trinketing out there, trying to get aggressive in that battle stance. Avatar doing a lot of pressure on the PPK. He tries to disarm him, so he can't use the Die by the Sword. They know Saji is out of mana. They're trying to crush him, and they force it. They just need to survive, and they should be able to take this game.
Zeepai with the Ascendance pop, dealing a lot of damage. Die by the Sword from PP Cat was the last line of defense for pen and paper. Saji now no mana remaining, full fear. And now Skill Cap looking to secure the advantage. Zeepai, though, needs to be a little bit careful. No Astral Shift for 5 seconds. We can stabilize until that cooldown. They will surely win the game here. Skill Cap TU looking to push it. Now, though, we see lots of damage coming in from pen and paper. Astral Shift forced out. Zeepai struggling, needs to get topped off here. But Saji being so disruptive on the healing from Looney. He's definitely got the better of this healer exchange. But a nice little duke there on the Mind Freeze from Looney means he'll be able to stabilize his team. And they should be able to secure the game.
Yeah, he's able to stabilize, but he's completely completely out of mana as well, and the full fear as well. It gets trembled out. Blizzo very low on HP. He has to die by the sword, but he needs to use it. He uses it now to make sure he doesn't die to those executes, but they need to pick up the pressure right now. Saji has the way of the Craze soon. No one's really dropping on the side of PPCat. Z-Pi and Blizzo are getting extremely low. The Iron Bar comes up, but it might not be enough. Nice pet interrupt coming out from Danny Sinner. He uses the defensive Sundering, but it's full stun onto Looney. That could be the game. Z-Pi's getting lower and lower. Full sap. Surely he goes down, and there it is. Pen and Paper with the TSG take game number 1.
Quad Skill Cap EU versus Pen and Paper in Elimination Series. Pen and Paper leads by 1.
They lead by 1 indeed, and they're looking very strong as this Arc Warrior Death Knight composition, the TSG against Looney, and they already make and swap up a go onto Looney, doing the triple stuns into Looney, but they only force out the Barkskin. He's kind of read that like a book, use a tree from as well. Gonna heal it. He's not gonna be caught out right now, but immediately they swap the pressure over onto Z-Pi, force out that Astral Shift, and already Pen and Paper have a stellar start.
It's a good start for Pen and Paper, of course. One of the things that we have to bear in mind, though, is if they Skill Cap's strategy is to play that long game. They're looking for the mana efficiency, so they're more than willing to trade out cooldowns because they have so many defensive cooldowns to rotate through if it means saving the mana. Now they have the Iron Bike, but of course, it's a risky strategy because if you get caught without any of those, you can just die early.
Yeah, you can. You need to be very careful defensively in these melee cleave matchups. They're so volatile, and now we see a Grip Stun on Looney. He pre-bears it once again. Absolute god of that bear form when he plays this game, but Z-Pi taking some heat as well. He Iron Bucks him, gets kicked. PPCat getting very low though as well, forcing out the Life Cocoon. Pressure piling onto both players right now, and Saji's pushing in, uses the double row to get an in-cap onto Looney. Could follow that with a leg sweep. Z-Pi getting very low. He's trying to sit there. Looney trying to pump out the heals. He's still getting so low. They use the rallying cry right now to try and save some cooldown usage. Z-Pi's going to try and kite away. An excellent vortex right there from Looney as well, denying the charge from PPK. Yes, heroically, but they still are piling on the pressure right now. Sharpened Blade and Avatar coming out soon. Looney's struggling to heal this. Blizzo getting incredibly low as well. This team have an absurd amount of pressure as is TSG.
I can't believe Looney didn't trick it. He might still get punished for it. Z-Pi had to run for about 30 seconds there, dealing no damage in that Ghost Wolf, just kiting away for his dear life in this elimination series. PPCat in battle starts once again, looking to push the advantage for China as Z-Pi dropping low. Does have that Astral Shift available now though. The rotation of the Iron Buck and the Astral Shift will start to come through here for Skill Cap TU, and with those greedy plays, they've started to build up a mana advantage which will pay out dividends now Way of the Crane is down.
It will pay out, but at the same time they're getting so much pressure during these Way of the Crane goes. They already forced the Astral Shift, and it looks like they're trying to go through it. Full fear on the Looney. That's going to get tremored out by Z-Pi instantly. Stun on the PPCat as well. Nice peels coming in from Blizzard. It looks like they're trying to change up their strategy. They're going to punish Saji for pushing in too aggressively, and this could work out for Skill Cap. Just force him to have to kite away, and that gives him no breathing room offensively.
It means he has to heal less efficiently. It means he'll have to spend more of the mana to top up the entire cleave damage from Skill Cap TU. Nice plays, nice adaptations from this European squad, but both of the healers starting to dip lower on mana. That's going to be one of the big things to watch as this game starts to close out. Blizzo, die by the sword, gets executed, and in game 2, Pen and Paper take it.
Dude, is Pen and Paper, we're trying to determine those top 4 teams. The gates are open. Is Pen and Paper going to be able to close it out here?
It's interesting to see. Skill Capped EU on their last line will bring out the Method Orange composition. It's Blizzo on the Demon Hunter, it's Warwick on the Moonkin Druid, and this could well be the counter matchup, Joe.
It could be, and they're hoping for that, because if they lose this game, Pen and Paper will advance in this tournament, knocking out Skill Cap EU, so it's definitely a game they don't want to lose, and right now they're piling the pressure on a PPK, already forcing the die by the sword, Life Cocoon and the Way of the Crane instantly. Skill Cap EU are finally off to a fiery start, and it's with this new composition on the ults of Warwick's on that Moonkin, Blizz on that Demon Hunter. We see Saji though pushing in, getting crowd control onto Looney. Warwick's going to sit in that bear form, has the Bark skin active. the Thorns as well and uses the Renewal. So again, Pen and Paper answer well, but it looks like Skillcap EU need to try and find Solemn in their ults.
I'm really happy to see that Skillcap EU have tried this composition. I feel like going out of the tournament when they hadn't tried it would have been such a mistake, especially considering it has a strong matchup into all these Cleave compositions. We've seen that from Method Orange. I mean, Skillcap EU were scared to even run Turbo Cleave into Method Orange because of this matchup. It's going to come down to Warwick on that Boomkin Druid. That's the big question. Is he good enough? We see Darkness being forced out. Huge cooldowns from Pen and Paper. They're looking good at the start of the third map.
Pen and Paper are dealing an absurd amount of pressure with this Death Knight composition, catching everyone by surprise. Like Richard put it, instead of being behind the Mare, seems like they're in front of the Mare right now with this composition, but a root beam with a double stun on the DPS. Skillcap EU making their offensive goes. Blizzard going to be playing with that Mana Rift as well, trying to Saji very quickly. I expect this game will go very quickly as well, and it looks like it's working out very well for Skillcap EU. They just need to keep the defensive cooldown rotation really good, which is exactly what they're good at.
They're doing very well, and you can see a full hex now over onto Saji, and I want to draw your attention, those of you who were with us yesterday for when Method Orange played against Skillcap EU, you'll have remembered one of the big themes was the lively spirit, that innovate big burst coming out of the Moonkins. Warwick wasn't running it, only Samayam was. Now Warwick has actually gone over to those Azurite trades, so he'll be doing huge burst every time he pops his innovate, but they need to survive to it. Skillcap EU need to be constantly rotating, giving themselves opportunities to set up that burst and set up for the kill.
One thing is that Danny is now swapped back to that Heartstop aura, so Warwick is going to have a reduced cooldown on his Barskin, so it could be harder for him to be able to deal with this pressure, because right now Blizzard and Warwick are about half HP. Looney's going to have that Earthen Wall turn very soon though, which should keep them alive. Saji and Looney's manas are pretty similar though, and considering Blizzard's using that Mana Rift, that's very impressive on the side of Saji, but there's that Root Beam on him. He's not playing with that Gnome Racial. They're trying to pressure Danny. He's forced to use that Anti-Magic Shell as well as the Icebound Fortitude. Warwick's in the meanwhile taking pressure and forces Looney's Earthen Wall shield turret.
Yeah, I actually perhaps would have preferred to have seen Pen and Paper running the Alliance for the Gnome. Of course, the Gnome ratio basically is a free out for every single Root Beam, 1 minute cooldown for 1 minute cooldown. Now we see the stuns coming into Saji. Like you say, those mana rifts from Blizzo consistently burning away at the mana resource for Saji, though Warwick is the player in trouble. We see Renewal traded out by him, still holds onto that Barkskin, able to keep through that. Looney also using his Trinket here. Huge cooldowns being forced out by Pen and Paper. But you can see Innovate is available for Warwick. He pops it. He's setting up for huge burst.
Yeah, 13 seconds there, ladies and gentlemen. You see he's going to have that Incarnation, so huge damage should be able to come out. But Saji at the same time has all of his defensive arsenals to deal with this. But a full fear on the Looney right now. Warwick is in trouble. He trinkets out of that Stormwall, uses the Buckskin. There's the Incarnation. There's the burst on the Saji. He's getting annihilated through the Fortitude through as well. He's just about line of sight. The Link comes down, Life Cocoon as well. So many defensive cooldowns are being forced by Warwick's Incarnation, but he's not out of trouble yet. The the Earthen Shield Tome now comes out, and it looks like Skillcap EU should take this if they just are able to live.
I really like these hexes coming out of Looney, denying the damage from Danny as we see PP Cat dropping low, able to kite away from Blizzo in this situation. A kick over to Saji though, and Skillcap EU find life, they find the win, and they're back in this series.
This compass, the gates are now open.
Ladies and gentlemen, forget about Super Teaser's final resting place. If Pen and Paper win, Skillcap's BlizzCon dreams will lay in ruins here. Pen and Paper 1 game away from winning the entirety of the series, eliminating one of the favorites from the competition.
Skillcap EU are trying to keep their tournament lives on the line already. Blizzard dropping extremely low, needing to use his Trinket as well as that Blur. Has that Tank Trinket safety net as well, but Saji popped his Trinket offensively with that Way of the Crane, trying to just crush him instantaneously. But Skillcap EU are going to survive that one for now. Warwick's now popping that Incarnation, trying to pile on the pressure as well. Way of the Crane going to be dropped now, so Warwick's is looking to deal a lot of damage with this. Nice kick on the Saji as well. A lot of pressure coming out on the PP Cat and No, and it looks like they're going to shut him down for now, and they should be able to survive.
Yeah, this is the Incarnation coming out from Skillcap. We've talked about that cooldown countless times. You can see Saji has done a good job of trading for it, although it has come at the expansion of a lot of his mana, down to about 65% or so right now on that blue bar. Looney, meanwhile, on the Restoration Shaman. We expect him to have the lead in that one. Also, Blizzo burning away at that pool. If they can keep burning away, the second incarnation could be scary. Of course, skill cap to you, though. Need to be careful. And Blizzo falls. Pen and Paper advance in the competition.
And she took skill cap EU's number, knocking Looney out of the competition and establishing himself as a legend here today as Pen and Paper look to make history.
Yeah, Pen and Paper moving in on Peekaboo, starting off early. Jellybean sneaking in. He's going to be looking for some crowd control onto Saji so that they can get something rolling. But early on, Pen and Paper seem to have the edge.
Danny Sinner dipping down below half with good crowd control initiated by the Gosu crew here, continuing the chain and the assault. PBCat trying his best to back Danny up. Saji now out of crowd control and ready. He's got that ring of peace preemptively down for a swap, knocking Peekaboo away, but those acrobatic strikes are going to be more than enough to continue the assault as Saji gets swapped to. Is he going to fall in the opening stages? Trades out the life cocoon and he will survive, but another attack like that could cost his life. In the meantime, Pen and Paper pull the trigger, getting aggressive towards Peekaboo.
Yeah, full fear on Absurge. Peekaboo taking a little bit of pressure. PBCat and Danny Sinner all over him as he gets lower. Good pressure coming in from Pen and Paper. Absurge has to play catch up, but Jellybeans, he secures a full trap on Saji, but they just have no damage rolling on PBCat or Danny Sinner.
We're ready and waiting to see if the Gosu crew want to initiate another swap to Saji. He managed to make it out alive. Peekaboo goes in, he ports the swap off the grappling hook. Instant reaction time from Saji.
Saji is playing insane, and now that he's across the map, Peekaboo's not going to be able to make a swap for quite some time. Pen and Paper playing very well early on. Saji looking for potentially some crowd control onto Absurge, so Danny Sinner and PBCat can get Peekaboo down.
All right, Danny Sinner is in a 3-on-2 here against the Gosu crew, taking a ton of damage. Peekaboo continues the chain. Danny dips into dangerously low range. Saji needs to pick him up quick. Looks like he's going to connect the heals and start to stabilize Danny. Now, what is interesting right now is typically the Restoration Shaman would lead the mana in this composition, but Absurge is falling behind. Great peels by Danny during this swap to Saji once again, but they're still keeping up the heat. Saji's going to duck around the corner. Jellybeans is going to give up the chase for now and go after Danny, but this late game is going in favor for Pen and Paper.
Yep, Pen and Paper, beautiful synergy with the defensive plays. Saji now into the full blind. He's playing relentless. He has no way out of this. In the meantime, Danny Sinner, PBCat, they're getting aggressive on a Peekaboo. Saji into the full trap, but there's just no damage out for the Gosu crew. Danny Sinner trades out the guy's bound fortitude, gets out of the stun, and now that Saji's out of crowd control, they're going to be able to top off.
Another swap over to Saji. They've got a lot of damage ready and lined up. PBCat saves the day, though. Saji needs to try and get away. They're still all over him. Jellybeans is going to pull the trigger on that coordinated assault and ramp up his damage. Saji deflects, wave the crane. Absurge needs to block. Will Jellybeans be able to stay alive? There's a lot of damage going towards him. Feign death. Absurge with some quick pick-me-ups. Saji forced to retreat back and away, but this Mistweaver play from Saji has been absolutely insane. He's just playing the class to absolute perfection. The Gosu crew making a swap to Danny. Perfect kiting chains of ice on Peekaboo, avoiding the combat, and Pen and Paper may just look to be unstoppable in this lower bracket.
Yeah, one of the changes we wanted to see from Pen and Paper was switching over to the Alliance racials. They can all play relentless. Saji has the trinket if he needs it for this stun available, but another defensive fear coming in from PBCat, deflecting all of these attacks coming in from the Gosu crew. Saji ports away, rolls, gets a soothing mist, looking for heals, needs to top off. The ring of peace should be enough for him to live.
Saji playing it out. Nice double cross crowd control. Absurge trinkets, drops the Spirit Link, almost going down there. Close call for the Gosu crew. Mana still in favor of Pen and Paper. It's an evenly fought fight so far. I would say that Peekaboo is falling behind, but they've got good crowd control. Danny isolated in a 3-on-1 and down to half. Saji rolling away, avoiding crowd control, and desperately trying to pick up, but Peekaboo moves in, secures an interrupt. If they can continue this chain off the back of this kick, Peekaboo moves over, he lands the blind, he pre-life cocoons the blind. Saji's insane.
Making plays all over the place, but Danny Sinner not out of it yet. Gosu's crew still finding damage. Saji finally casting some heals, getting him topped off. Peekaboo having to kite away just a little bit. You do not want to be exchanging with a Fury Warrior and a Death Knight for too long. The Gosu crew, they need crowd control in order to get this damage rolling. Jellybeans gets topped off. Peekaboo making a swap to Saji once again. Do they have the damage? Jellybeans there to back him up. Fortifying Elixir Port should keep Saji alive. Nicely done.
Another swap thwarted. Saji sets up his team. Not enough crowd control, though. They do go for the leg sweep. They get peeled away by Peekaboo. Looks to be like enough. Peekaboo on the run. Caught in a Stormbolt. PBCat all over him. This could be dangerous. Absurd drops Earthen Wall Totem. It's going to soak up some hits. We see Jellybeans in the meantime securing crowd control on Saji and really trying to tear into Danny, but not finding any momentum. Absurd slowly but surely running out of mana. The cooldowns are being burned, and Pen and Paper are establishing a significant lead.
Another swap on Saji. Look at that pre-life cocoon. That is the only thing keeping him alive right here, right now. Gosu Crew not going to be able to kill through it. Saji's still in a little trouble, though. He gets interrupted at low HP. Jellybeans with the play. Puts the first point on the board.
Unbelievable. Pen and Paper look like they have picking out those life cocoons, using his cooldowns well. The Gosu Crew seemingly too good as we enter hook point.
Yep, let's see how the Gosu Crew decides to open up. Peekaboo looking for a sap. He finds it on Saji. Danny Center seems to be the target of choice as Jellybeans and Peekaboo looking to build up initial pressure.
Good crowd control right now by the Gosu Crew. Decent start. They're continuing the chain. Danny isolated here on game 2, dipping low. Trades out the death pack. He's still getting crushed by the Gosu Crew. Danny could fall very early on. They tried to deny it, but the damage is still just unrelenting. Danny hangs on. Close call for Pen and Paper.
Yeah, Saji finally topping him off. Gosu Crew going hyper aggressive early on in the match. Saji just trying to stabilize, drops the Ring of Peace, but Danny's still just dying. Absurd's been purging a lot in this exchange. That's why his mana's low. Peekaboo under fire, caught in the Stormbolt, has to pull back and pull out the Cloak of Shadows.
Despite Danny dipping dangerously low, the Gosu Crew now are on the back foot with 2 members at low health and Absurd with no Gliders Medallion, but the crowd control is good. On to 2 members of Pen and Paper. Danny once again isolated, doing his best to kite, but the killing spree from Peekaboo could close this out. Danny hangs on, very low, and Saji needs to do something quick. Way of the crane, gets popped, he gets crowd control for a second on it. Looks like he's going to stabilize, and now he's moving in for Peekaboo. Peekaboo's getting crushed. Death grip on the grappling hook. Absurd gets stunned. Peekaboo trinkets out in desperation to survive, but Saji is the one just destroying him. Absurd still crowd control. Spearling Totem in the nick of time.
Gosu Crew trades out everything to live there. That was beautifully done by Saji in that desperation situation, using the Way of the Crane, top off his team to get all the pressure that they needed.
Another preemptive Ring of Peace by Saji during this crowd control. This man is a mind reader, but Peekaboo continues the chain. The Gosu Crew need a bit more damage to put Danny over the edge, and it doesn't look like that's going to be happening anytime soon. Both teams matched on mana. Cooldowns evening out. It's anyone's game here in game number 2. Pen and Paper looking for some initiation. Saji behind the pillar getting ready to roll across. Looks like Pen and Paper want to block the attack first before making a move. Saji repositioning farther and farther away so that Jellybeans has to overextend if he wants crowd control. Line of sighting him to avoid it. Peekaboo initiating an attack. Blind attempt here. Danny once again isolated. PBCat trying to counter pressure, denying the kill. Nice intimidating shout. Pen and Paper looking to strike back. Peekaboo gets gripped into the fray. Dangerously low. Not much left. Absurd barely picks him up. Peekaboo stays in it.
Yeah, Peekaboo living in execute range. Danny Center gets low as well, but Peekaboo's not out of it yet. After he needs to get some heals, caught into the stun. Saji in position for an incapacitate. Peekaboo in execute range. Can Pen and Paper take him down? Peekaboo, the miracle worker, once again with this kiting, might survive. Stormbolt comes in. Absurd still looking for the heals. Healing Surge finally gets landed, but it's not enough. Pen and Paper tie this series up.
Saji is his peak. Let's see who takes the edge.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, game number 3 here as both of these teams look to match point very shortly. Peekaboo sneaking across the map, looking for some initial crowd control. Jellybeans following suit. Saji gets sapped. This is a good start for the Gosu Crew. Initiating on Danny. Jellybeans pulls the trigger on that coordinated assault, but Danny, perfect kiting out of line of sight. PBCat with a well-timed Stormbolt. Danny Sinner denies the early aggression, and now Pen and Paper have an opportunity.
Yeah, but a stun on Saji. He's not out of it. He trinkets. He gets out of line of sight with the portal. That was a nice setup coming in from the Gosu Crew. Saji not messing around. Now into the full blind. Danny Sinner, he didn't get chopped off. He could still be in some trouble. I don't think this is follow-up sap, though, for this blind, so maybe not the best move coming in from the Gosu Crew. I think Danny Sinner's going to be able to survive Sid.
I really like this honor talent choice from Peekaboo with the dismantle. If you remove the Death Knight's weapon, he cannot use Death Strike, which is a very powerful healing attack the Death Knight can use, and he's utilizing that when they've got cross crowd control. Hexes on the Warrior, traps on the Mystery. Peekaboo in trouble, though, here. Dipping below half health. trading powerful defenses to survive, and now reversing it onto Saji, where his portal is the question. He's quite far out of position, but actually walking into a freezing trap during the swap, which has now opened an opportunity for the Gosu crew to switch some momentum. PP denies the kill, disarming Peekaboo. Danny, effective kiting. Saji moves in, securing crowd control onto Absturge, but no damage just yet. Saji, he's just getting trained down. Pre-ring of piecing the incoming attack. Saji knows it's coming, but how much can he do to stop it? Peekaboo's overextended, dangerously low, and he can't keep up the chase.
Yep, Peekaboo and Jellybeans, they need to be careful. Chasing down Saji behind the pillar. Absturge forced to trade out the Spirit Link Totem onto Peekaboo to keep him alive. The Gosu crew managed to stabilize. Both teams looking quite well right now in terms of health. Stun on Absurd just for crowd control. Once again, Peekaboo looking for a big setup onto Saji. He's caught into the stun. He has the way of the crane if he needs it. He has the life cocoon. Can he survive? He ports midfield. Big misplay from Saji. He manages to survive a little bit longer, but he does not have much mobility, forced to use the way of the crane.
We are starting to see Saji crack in this series, making a huge mistake there, and now he is completely exposed, and the Gosu crew are playing a lot more aggressively towards him. Now freezing trap on Saji. Peekaboo could grappling hook over for a swap after this. Keep your eyes on that. They go for the blind play instead, the safer route, gunning down for Danny's life, trying to catch Saji off guard. Danny dips low, trades, PP saves the day. It may not be enough. The Gosu crew have too much damage. Saji can't handle it. Danny hangs on, but it's not enough. Gosu crew go to match point.
That was a huge misplay at the end of that game. Danny Sinner, line of sighting. If you believe in them, they need your energy. If you think the Gosu crew can finish it off here, let's hear a scream for them right now.
Saji is going to the bench, and Doe will be substituted in. Saji can't handle the heat that the Gosu crew was cooking. Now it's going to be on Doe's shoulders for the team here of Pen and Paper. Gosu crew move in with good crowd control. PP moving in position for Cyclones to peel forward. The team gets denied by Absturge, and facing Absturge as a balance route is so frustrating. Windshear on the next follow-up, and Danny could fall very early in this match. Hanging on, gets knocked out of the earthen wall totem. Danny getting completely shredded by the Gosu crew. Great crowd control and initiation, but things are starting to cool off despite that great start. Pen and Paper stay alive.
We have to talk about Outlaw Rogue in that minute and a half blind. Doe forced to trink out of that blind. Now, the blind's going to be up to Peekaboo before Doe has the trinket. But unfortunately, Danny Sinner, he used every single one of his defensive cooldowns in that exchange. This is not looking good for Pen and Paper.
Incarnation from PP as he's trying to lead the charge for his team, but not enough damage. Absturge blocks, and now Danny is in a lot of trouble. Will he be able to survive? His team is on match point and looking like they may just go home. Doe needs to do whatever he can. Cyclones are good, stalling out the fight for a couple of seconds, but Doe's caught in a freezing trap. It's a 3-on-2. PP the only reason Danny is alive right now. Great support from PP Peekaboo keeps the chain rolling. Danny gets stun locked. Good crowd control. Doe is now out. He can save the team. This could be a Spirit Link Totem. Danny's dipping low, and Doe is trying to be greedy. Danny knocked out of the earthen wall. Doe gets away with the greedy moves. Pen and Paper stay alive.
Yeah, earthen wall totem is going to be enough for Doe and Danny Sinner, but still, Pen and Paper, no real cooldowns left to work with. PP has to do a good job. Gosu crew making a swap over onto Doe. No real damage to be found just yet. Good peels coming in from Danny Sinner to keep him alive, but they just seem to keep up the pressure. Full Cyclone on Absurge. Pen and Paper swinging this match in their favor.
Freezing trap secured. Peekaboo getting Cyclone. PP needs to get some crowd control going here. Danny could be in trouble, but he's getting interrupted over and over by the team of Gosu crew, removing that utility. Doe is in a hard situation here. What does he do? He's trying to be greedy. Is he going to get away with it again is the question. Looks like he will. Absurge's mana slowly but surely getting tapped. The pressure is starting to mount in favor of Pen and Paper. The Gosu crew initiate another attack towards Doe, but they're finding no damage off the back of it. If Pen and Paper just simply stay alive for another 2 minutes, this game will be going to them. The Gosu crew need to pull off something soon.
Yeah, and Doe, he still has his Spirit Link Totem, has his trinket rotating back up. Pen and Paper in a decent spot. Full blind on Doe. What are the Gosu crew going to do? Big swap on Danny Sinner once again. He actually gets the pre-anti-magic shell up, but they are just shredding through it. Now a full trap on Doe. He's playing it very greedy. He has the Spirit Link Totem, but we've seen the burst damage from the Gosu crew before. Peekaboo gets the Vanish Tap, and Doe still not trinketing. Finally lands the trinket Spirit Link Totem to keep Danny alive.
All right, Doe played that patiently. He didn't want to get crowd controlled on his trinket, so he waited until because of the last crowd control diminishing return, the final second that he could wait to do it. And Doe is definitely impressive here. The first time we've seen him healing for his team, trying to carry them here against the Gosu crew on match point in the lower bracket. If they lose this game, they are out of the competition, but Danny is just still in trouble. Peekaboo is unrelenting. Will he be able to hold on? PBCat looking for clones. They continue the interrupt. PBCat can't support, and Danny is in it still. Is he actually in this still? Peekaboo can't kill him. Danny holds on barely, but Absterge snipes the kill. The Gosu crew get the The gates have opened. Let's see if the Gosu crew can keep their energy levels high. They've been playing all day, but they need to keep going if they want to be the BlizzCon champions of 2018. Peekaboo Jellybeans striking first here with crowd control secured on Chaz. Waz looking to be the initial target, a bit of an unorthodox target this selection here by the Gosu crew. They continue the chain. They've also got Swapsy down at half, but Chaz was able to comfortably sit through that crowd control, and now that the initial surprise is over, Method Black will have opportunities.
Yeah, Chaz getting swapped to though, big pressure. Dismantle on Chaz, he can't get healing that he needs with the Avenging Wrath that could be his Divine Shield. Divine Seeds away, looking for crowd control and Absurge. He doesn't want to mess around for too long. Chaz barely hanging on, saves the Divine Shield. These are huge greedy plays. The Gosu crew managed to pull out that cooldown, which is a huge victory.
Chaz dangerously dances with the devil initially, but the Gosu crew pin down that Divine Shield cooldown early on and secure a significant lead. Chaz could be swapped to at any moment and completely annihilated. Swapsy and Waz trying to build some momentum for the team. Will they be able to protect Chaz? They've got crowd control. Chaz unable to dispel that freezing trap. Waz taken out of the match. Chaz is in trouble. He activates that Aura Mastery, preemptively reducing the incoming damage. That preemptive play from Chaz. MVP to stay alive. Now moving in and securing crowd control on two members of the Gosu crew. Jellybeans dipping into execute range and forced to trade his aspect of the turtle. Both teams come out swinging. This fight evening out.
Yeah, Swapsy's Descendants with the range damage might be enough to take Jellybeans down. Abster's finally out of the crowd control, looking for heals to top him off. Dismantle over onto Waz. Peekaboo looking to slow Method Black down just a little bit. Trap on Chaz, swap on to Waz with the gouge on Swapsy. Peekaboo crowd controlling everyone up, but they just don't have the damage to get more crowd control out of Waz.
They've got Chaz locked down. They force another Blessing of Protection. Chaz burning out of cooldowns, but Jellybeans on the back foot, needs to escape. Waz is all over him and looking for a kill in game one. Absurge saves the day. The Gosu crew stay in it. Now they're gunning down for Chaz. All three members chasing him. Will Chaz be able to escape is now the question. Waz with good peels. Chaz line of sights. Waz initiates for the potential kill here. Both Chaz and Jellybeans are in trouble, but Jellybeans just goes all in. Everything on the line here. Swapsy trying to punish this aggressive move. Will he be able to punish him is the question. Chaz dangerously low. Absurge needs to move in, but he can't. He gets storm bolted. Jellybeans has to abandon the kill. He's going to be able to kite away. Close calls on both sides.
Great teamwork there by Chaz and Waz, not allowing Absurge to dispel the Blessing of Protection. Full blind on Chaz, big swap on Waz, but the pre-die by the sword with the Zalzak's Veiled Eye will be enough to deflect. Sack on Chaz, still damage coming out of the Gosu crew. Now they take one down. What just happened? The Gosu crew making moves.
This is Waz, Rogue versus Rogue, Gosu crew against Method Black.
We couldn't ask for a better way to end this year here at BlizzCon. Both these teams battling out with every inch of their soul for finding that victory here this year. Will they be able to do it? Raikou sneaks across the map. Waz moves in as well. If Jellybeans can get a flare and find either Raikou or Waz, it could be devastating, and he's holding on to it. Raikou out of stealth now. The Gosu crew have an opportunity to strike.
Sap coming in from Waz. He found Jellybeans in stealth. Will the Gosu crew be able to deflect? Peekaboo finds Waz, gets the cheap shot on him with the blind on Chaz. Not a bad start for the Gosu crew.
The Gosu crew managed to get the initial exchange in their favor. Waz dips low. In the initial seconds of this, Raikou trying to help Waz out with some polymorphs, managing to back him up, but now Chaz caught into a stun, and Waz is just getting completely destroyed here on game number 2. Chaz saves him, now starting crowd control of his own onto Absurge. Peekaboo could be in trouble as Method Black strike back.
Yeah, Absurge caught into the Hammer of Justice. Peekaboo in a little bit of trouble, uses the Cloak of Shadows. Zalzak's Veiled Eye still low. Is Absurge gonna have to trinket with the Spirit Link? He's into the full polymorph. Peekaboo just running for his life, uses the Vanish. Waz building up some damage on Jellybeans. Method Black all over the place.
Peekaboo aborts the mission there. Now setting up some crowd control for Jellybeans. Raikou trying to soak up that freezing trap. Jellybeans knocks him away. Jellybeans needs this freezing trap. Raiku's trying to make it difficult for him to be able to land it. Will he be able to find it on Chaz? He's playing it very patiently. He lands an interrupt. Waz is getting soloed by Peekaboo. Peekaboo pre-grappling hooks away from the incoming stun. Nice read by Peekaboo. Absurge with good crowd control on Raikou. Both these teams just swinging at each other. Jellybeans chasing down Chaz once again, but Absurge gets crowd controlled first. Jellybeans gets stalled out. Great support from Raikou here, breaking up the crowd control and allowing Chaz to breathe. They need to keep this chain going, but that finally secures the freezing trap. Waz in trouble. Chaz trying to hold on to cooldowns, manages to make it out of the freezing trap. Absurge now locked down, 3-on-1 versus Peekaboo, killing 3 out from Waz, but Absurge deflects. Earthen Wall Totem saving the day. This game is so evenly fought. Blind now committed. Chaz removes that immediately. Cooldown overlaps on the side of Method Black. This is an opening. Gosu crew.
Yeah, Waz trading out the riposte, definitely not ideal in this situation. Now a stun coming in from Peekaboo. No crowd control on Chaz. You can see Raikou positioned exactly on Chaz, making it difficult for Jellybeans to actually land the trap, but he snipes it. Waz could be in some trouble. He hooks away, running for his life. Chaz still has the bubble if he needs it, but there's no blessed protection. There's no ultimate sacrifice. Chaz is going to have to play catch up. Both broke low. Cheap shot on Waz. Raikou looking for crowd control to slow down the Gosu crew. Waz hangs on.
Peekaboo almost taking Waz down there on the quick draw. Jellybeans doing relentless pressure. Raiku's doing whatever he can to try and eat this incoming freezing trap, but he's just not able to, and Chaz has burned through most of his defensive arsenal. Both sides, really. Peekaboo or Waz could fall at any moment. Whoever gets the first engage is likely to take it, and Method Black are initiating first. Peekaboo preemptively feints, but Waz held the trigger. That feint is now over. They need to continue the chain, but they don't. Absurge's pre-earthen wall denies it. Now he's looking for cheeky crowd control on Raikou. The freezing trap on Chaz is good. Waz in trouble. Pre-dismantle. Peekaboo dismantles. Both teams mind-reading each other. Waz falling low. Chaz not with much left here to work with. Waz trying to escape. Raiku's support looks good. Chaz leads the charge, topping off Waz as both teams begin to stabilize.
Yeah, but Jellybeans and Peekaboo kiting that Avenging Wrath coming in from Chaz. Not able to get out too much damage. Finally connecting to a target, topping off his team, but a blind on Chaz. Waz could be in some trouble. He vanishes out, looking for the damage on Peekaboo. No crowd control on Absurge just yet. He has to play catch up. He needs to get the heals on Peekaboo. Chaz committed the Divine Shield. There's a full trap. Big setup coming in from the Gosu crew onto Waz. Can they take him down? He needs to run for his life. Intimidation stun coming in from Jellybeans. Waz barely holds on. Chaz out of the crowd control. Now Method Black looking to reverse the pressure.
The Gosu crew have so many cooldowns. It would be a throw on their part to lose this. They're so far ahead. The Gosu crew are looking good in game number 2. Peekaboo makes a swap. Chaz gets away. The dismantles on both sides as the game is paused out for a second. Neither rogue able to attack just yet, but the next freezing trap on Chaz could easily close the match, whereas the Gosu crew have a lot more options to trade. They're so far ahead. Waz is going to have to play absolutely out of his mind for the next minute to be able to stay in this, and Absurge knows that. He's leading the charge with some lava bursts. Jellybeans is ready and waiting for that freezing trap. He's all over Chaz. Peekaboo wants to close. Waz is ducking for cover. Waz is able to escape. Raiku's support once again keeping his team in the game, but the polymorphs are shortly going to be fading, and Raiku's protection is not going to be there endlessly. As soon as Jellybeans gets this freezing trap, Waz is going to be in so much danger, but they're waiting so long to go for it.
Yeah, there is an opportunity for Method Black, but I don't know if they're going to get it. The Gosu crew gets crowd control on Chaz. Stun onto Waz. They're trying to reverse the pressure onto Peekaboo. He's got no trinket. Caught into the stun. Absurge, how are you going to save him? Hammer of Justice. Peekaboo hook shots away out of line of sight and ultimately will survive.
Jellybeans getting swapped to. Raikou has secured crowd control. Raikou hard carry here. Jellybeans dipping low. They've got cooldowns to trade. They just simply need to press the abilities if they want to stay in this. The Gosu crew still have a massive lead. There's the potential game-winning freezing trap, but he pre-sacrifices. Nice play from Chaz, breaking up that chain and keeping his team in the fight. The Gosu crew look for a swap, but Raikou once again supporting the team. Waz engages. Absurge trades that trinket, getting in position for a potential spirit link. The Gosu crew could quite possibly run Chaz down. Will he be able to stay alive? His Avenging Crusader just becomes available, but they dismantle it. They completely dismantle Method Black in game 2.
Method Black dismantled in game 2. You believe, can Waz do it?
Ladies and gentlemen, the gauntlet has been thrown down. Peekaboo looking to establish himself as king of the Pirates. Method Black need to reverse sweep 3 games in a row if they want a second chance in the grand finals to face off against the juggernaut Method Orange. Only one more shot. Can they do it?
Yeah, full blind on Chaz. Swapsy wanted to come in this game, wanted to put a point on the board for his team. Waz already down to 50% HP. Nice fear coming in from Waz. Nice setup on Peekaboo. Caught into the stun, forced to trade out his trinket and his riposte.
Early on aggression from Method Black. You can tell that they smell blood in the water and they are going to be battling their hearts out here. The crowd control chain looks good, but Jellybeans able to avoid the combat. Peekaboo as well. Great synergy. Now the Gosu crew secure crowd control of their own as they engage in attack, but it is actually Peekaboo on the back foot at the end of that exchange as Method Black start pulling themselves back in the fight. Jellybeans knows that his team is up 2 points in the series. They could go for an all-in on Chaz. Jellybeans jumps over. They're going to commit for the all-in. Will Chaz choke? He denies the kill with the Avenging Wrath. Opting out of the Avenging Crusader, realizing that Peekaboo was shutting that down. He's made a talent change, and now Chaz sets up crowd control of his own. Peekaboo in trouble.
Yeah, Peekaboo in a lot of trouble. On Absurge, out of the crowd control, looking for a Hex, finds it on Swapsy. Swapsy trinkets out, wants to keep the damage rolling onto Peekaboo. Could be an opening for the Gosu crew a little bit later on, but it seems like the Gosu crew's main focus in this matchup, put pressure on Waz, look for swaps onto Chaz. Been working out decently well for them, but still Method Black's looking good with the cooldowns they have available.
The Gosu crew getting reckless, making another swap to Chaz, managing to pull his human racial to break out of that stun. He's not going to have that option the next time they do it, but Chaz is effectively dealing with this pressure. Despite his team being against the wall with only one loss, sending them home, he's still making sure to trade efficiently. Chaz gets blinded. The Gosu crew look for a strike here towards Waz. Lava Burst flying in as well. It's 3-on-1. Chaz saves the day, but at the cost of his most powerful defensive cooldown. Method Black are in trouble.
Yeah, Divine Shield from Chaz. Keep in mind, he's playing Relentless, so he has no way to get up out of the following blind. Hammer of Justice on Absurge. Peekaboo in a little bit of trouble. Really nothing left. He vanishes out, trying to keep himself alive. He will ultimately stabilize with that. Peekaboo looking for a play. Stuns Chaz, looking for pressure. Jellybeans needs to get there to help him out. Not in position to really get too much damage rolling, and that setup's not going to do much.
Ooh, Peekaboo overcommitted. Absurge, will he be able to save him in time? Dangerous moment for Peekaboo. Method Black still showing signs of life here in game number 3. Match point in the semifinals. Chaz gets crowd controlled, able to get out of it. Jellybeans now low on health, Peekaboo as well, but they're just gunning for Waz. Will Chaz be able to handle the heat is the real question here. Waz dips dangerously low. They deny the dive by the sword. He's able to heroically back to safety. Chaz burning through cooldowns. Chaz now gets swapped to another Blessing of Protection, and suddenly the Gosu crew have a massive lead. Method Black need to do something soon.
Yeah, Waz gonna be in a lot of trouble. Blinding Light on Absurge. Peekaboo could be in trouble as well. Could be a cross kill. Absurge drops the Spear Link Totem to keep his team alive. Chaz tops off his entire team with the Avenging Wrath, and all of a sudden the Gosu crew's on the back foot.
The entire team of the Gosu crew below half health, and Absurge has a lot of work ahead of him. Peekaboo trying to kite away. Jellybeans as well, avoiding the combat. Great teamwork from Gosu crew. Despite all that pressure, they have started to recover. Waiting for Chaz's Avenging Wrath to fade, and now basically there's almost nothing for Chaz to survive another swap. They go for the blind, it's triple crowd control. Swapsy trinkets out. Everything rides on Swapsy to carry in these final moments of the game. They've got good counter pressure. Waz has the cooldowns to exchange. He's trying to kite back to the pillar, but he's got to be careful. If he line of sights Chaz and gets stunned around the corner, they go for a swap. Chaz in trouble. He needs support. Swapsy once again supporting him with some healing surge. Now Absurge on the back foot. Waz dips low though. Needs to be careful. He's got cooldowns to trade. He's trying to hold on them and extend them for as long as possible, but every second he spends so low on health, it's going to be more and more stress for Chaz.
Yeah, Chaz actually has an mana advantage in this matchup as well. If they can drag it on long enough, potentially outmanning Absurge in the long game. Waz getting low. I don't think it's going to that point, Sid. Waz got into the stun. Trap on Chaz. Can they take him down? Chaz has no crowd control break. Waz leaps over, gets the fear on Absurge. They're looking to reverse the pressure, but the dismantle coming in from Peekaboo, I don't think they're going to be able to find the damage.
Waz dipping dangerously low. Is Method Black going to be able to stay in this fight as they try to strike back towards Peekaboo? Blade Storm dueling tons of damage. Absurge is almost completely tapped on mana. It's a race to the finish. Peekaboo trying desperately to kite away and allow Absurge time to recover. The next freezing trap or a swap to Chaz could close the game out. They trap up Waz. They want Chaz. They're chasing him down, but Chaz denies the swap with perfect positioning. Jellybeans makes his way over. Chaz tries to make an escape. Able to kite away. That Blessing of Freedom perked 1 second too late. Peekaboo is now overextended. Waz and Swapsy chopping him up. Absurge commits that Earthen Wall Totem. The Gosu crew are going to be safe for a few more seconds. Chaz as well activating that Avenging Wrath. Pre-Aura Mastery. Chaz predicting the stun. This could be the final stun of the game if Chaz is not careful. He needs 14 more seconds, 13 more seconds. He's not gonna make it. Peekaboo gets peeled away. Jazz holds on by the seat of his pants. 5 more seconds. He needs 5 more seconds. 4 more seconds. 3 more seconds. He's not gonna do it. The Gosu crew are making it. They're rewriting history. The first North America,
crew put up a huge fight. It all starts right now. BlizzCon, the Gosu crew versus Method Orange.
We get to decide who the king of Shaman is here right now. Sam I am leading the charge with potentially a lot of damage, holding the trigger on those Star Surges. They managed to pull Dispersion from WizK very early on. Sam I am getting peeled away from this initial attack. The Gosu crew, they're gonna go, tons of damage. Sam I am almost catching WizK off guard, but Gosu crew deny the early all-in from Method Orange.
What is going on right now? Method Orange, they smell blood on the water. They want to get very aggressive early on. Peekaboo looking to reverse the pressure with a full blind on Sea-Doo. Can they get the damage rolling? It doesn't look like it. A little bit of a swap here. Peekaboo looking to get some damage rolling onto Sea-Doo, getting him low. Silence comes in. You can see Sea-Doo. He knows he's vulnerable. He's running the Zhao Zex Veiled Eye, that very defensive trinket. Ultimately will keep him alive.
Sea-Doo getting good support from Trill there during that exchange. Fair cooldown trades from both sides. Peekaboo's overspending his welcome there. Chasing down Sea-Doo is a risky move if Trill is able to back him up. Both Sam-I-Am and Trill tag teaming on Peekaboo. Absurge pops Ascendance to recover, but now caught in the Solar Beam. Peekaboo drops the Smoke Bomb to reverse it. Sam-I-Am with no trinket. Sea-Doo in a dire situation. Plays it calm, cool, and collected. Healing Tide Totem down. Sam-I-Am recovers. Now Peekaboo on the back foot.
Yeah, mind control on Sea-Doo. It's not over yet. The Gosu crew still wants to maintain this pressure. Peekaboo now swapping onto Sea-Doo, making sure he has bleed, so he is a vulnerable target a little bit later on in the game. For Method Orange, their main target will be Peekaboo in this matchup, looking to run Absurge out of mana, but so far Absurge is doing very healthy. WizK with a nice double fear.
Good crowd control by WizK, and Peekaboo backs him up. That banks a Gladiator's Medallion from Sea-Doo. He's going to be increasingly vulnerable to blind, as well as another kidney shot. Trill is going to have to carry the team, but he also does not have Gladiator's Medallion. This is dire for Method Orange. Sea-Doo gets aggressive though. He gets cheeky, landing a Hex on Absurge and putting Peekaboo behind. How much more can Peekaboo take? Absurge recovers, and now Sea-Doo on the back foot with 2 members low on health.
Yeah, reverse on that Silence coming in from Trill, helping Sea-Doo out, but now Sea-Doo into the kidney shot, preemptively drops the Earthen Shield Totem to keep himself alive, but big burst pressure coming in from the Gosu crew. Spirit Link Totem forced out, as well as the Ascendance. Sea-Doo will live, but at the expense of basically all his defensives.
Both of these teams slugging it out here in the BlizzCon Finals. The last opportunity to try and claim that title here in this best of 7. Peekaboo trades out to recover and survive. We have not even stepped into dampening at this point. The pressure is mounting. Sam-I-Am locked down, but he read the situation, preemptively shapeshifted, and Peekaboo has to run away during his blind attempt. This is devastating for the Gosu crew.
Yeah, the Gosu crew having to trade out their defensives in order to live there. And you can see Sea-Doo now caught into a full fear. Sam-I-Am still rotting down a little bit low. Peekaboo trying to live, still just under fire. So much pressure coming in from Method Orange during this game onto Peekaboo, who's just being forced defensive to run away, looking for the pressure, but once again, forced the line of sight.
Sam-I-Am ramping up with that Innervate. Incarnation in 4 seconds. Sam-I-Am has 2 gigantic Star Surges. Peekaboo knows that and ducks for cover. Good awareness from the Gosu crew to avoid that damage. Sam-I-Am now forced to switch targets, actually cycling up WizK. The Gosu crew completely aware of Sam-I-Am ramping up for that huge burst and managed to avoid the attack. Sam-I-Am still just trying to end this double stun from Trill. Clean setup. They managed to bank 2 Gladiator's Medallions with that stun from Trill. Nice moves. Now reverse magic on the Silence. The Gosu crew deny the Incarnation and stay in the fight. Both teams evening out here as we edge closer to dampening.
Yeah, Peekaboo has that Vital Vendetta available for any moment. Sea-Doo opting to drop his Earthen Shield Totem preemptively before going into stun. Peekaboo realizing the situation, he's just going to be waiting, building up his damage, waiting to put the stun onto Sea-Doo when he can. Absurge is doing quite well on mana. Normally you see Method Orange with the Demon Hunter always have the mana lead, but in this matchup, it's not the case.
Clean setup here by the Gosu crew. They managed to snag Sea-Doo's Gladiator's Medallion. They've got a lot of damage. He's caught in midfield. All 3 members dogpiling on top of Sea-Doo. How's he going to deal with it? He's on the run. Trill backs him up, but Peekaboo is relentless. Still making his way over, but now switching back to Sam-I-Am. Once again, Sea-Doo in a tough position with 2 targets low on health. Dropping that Healing Tide, but WizK life grips Peekaboo on top of him. He gets cycloned up. Peekaboo overextends. Trades Cloak of Shadows. Still dangerously low. Absurge overlaps, but Sea-Doo is still in trouble. How much longer can Sea-Doo deal with this? How much longer can Peekaboo stay on target? Both members in trouble. Star Surge comes sniping in, but Absurge with clutch heals keeps Peekaboo alive.
Yeah, Peekaboo has to be very careful overextending and chasing down Sea-Doo. Sea-Doo's doing it very intelligently, dragging him out of line of sight, allowing Trill, Sam-I-Am to build up pressure. Double Chaos Nova coming in, followed up by the stun from Sea-Doo. Peekaboo uses the feint, but he has nothing left. Cyclone on Absurge! Method Orange looking to claim game number 1. Hex on Absurge, but Peekaboo somehow, some way manages to survive.
Absurge is playing a dangerous game right now, not committing that Spirit Link totem, but he's going to get ahead on cooldowns, just stepping into dampening, which means this is only going to get more difficult and more insane for these Restoration Shamans. Absurge and Sea-Doo playing out of their minds to claim their first BlizzCon title here. This is their last chance to go head-to-head. They are so evenly matched here in game 1.
Yep, Trill looking for a little bit of pressure on WizK as Peekaboo's just playing so defensive. Now in midfield, looks like once again Method Orange looking to make a swap on Peekaboo. He trinkets out of the stun, looking for a smoke bomb kill on Sam-I-Am, but they just don't have the damage. Silence on Sea-Doo, no trinket available. Hex on Absurge, nicely done by Sea-Doo. Good crowd control. Peekaboo forced defensive once again.
Sea-Doo's aggressive hexes have been letting his team get more opportunities. Absurge does not have that same opportunity. Sam-I-Am can remove Hex. So if Sea-Doo can sneak in one of these hexes in deep dampening, this game easily closes out. You see Sea-Doo and Sam-I-Am repositioning defensively. Sam-I-Am is ramping up with that Innervate. Lively Spirit Azurite trait. He's going to get a big boost of damage here shortly, and he's moving in position. The Gosu crew are getting ready for it as they're huddled around the corner. Will Sam-I-Am be able to close this out? Incarn available. They need to pull the trigger, but the mind controls are stalling it out. Trill is at low health. Sam-I-Am's going to lose the opportunity for big burst. Good defensive awareness from the Gosu crew as momentum swings in their favor.
Trill looking for a triple Chaos Nova, unfortunately not finding it. Absurge Peekaboo able to get out of line of sight, and that's going to lose Method Orange a little bit of offensive pressure. Blind on Sea-Doo, he has his trinket, he has Spirit Link. Sam-I-Am activates the Bark Skin, wanting to save Sea-Doo's trinket. They could swap to him later, so Sea-Doo's being very careful in this situation, sitting the full sap as well. Sam-I-Am looking to get aggressive with a stun. Trill getting swapped to. A lot of pressure coming in from the Gosu crew. 11% dampening. These Shamans under a lot of fire.
Peekaboo with relentless swapping, really keeping Sea-Doo on his toes, and they managed to bank very powerful defensive cooldowns from Method Orange. And when we step deep into dampening, those escape mechanisms will not be available. Method Orange are going to be stressed for the remainder of this fight. Peekaboo, though, if he overextends, it could cost his life, but they need to take this opportunity to close the game. It's going to be a risky decision here in game 1 for Peekaboo.
Yeah, Peekaboo's been doing a great job defensively all tournament long. Now looking for a kill on Sam-I-Am with a kidney shot. Sea-Doo, though, not in any crowd control. Should be no real threat. He's able to top off Sam. Peekaboo getting low. Has his trinket, but really no defensives. That's a big opening for Method Orange moving forward.
Sam-I-Am looking for Cyclones. Gets denied. Peekaboo, target acquired. Sea-Doo, he's getting ready for it. Astral Shift preemptively, but they're playing it patiently. They're not committing the damage. Now Sam-I-Am on the back foot. They swap over to Trill. Lots of damage. Not much left. Gosu crew looking to close, but Sam-I-Am, MVP Cyclone, denies the kill.
Nicely done by Sam-I-Am, but Sea-Doo, he has to play catch-up. He has the Earthen Wall Totem if he can drop it, but everyone's on 50% HP. WizK putting out huge pressure in this matchup. Sam-I-Am looking to slow down the Gosu crew with these Cyclones. Nicely done. Imprisonment on Absurge. Peekaboo getting low. He uses triple kidney shot on Trill. WizK with a beautiful fear, looking for a mind control as well, but Sea-Doo with the Earthen Wall Totem. Nicely done. I think Trill will survive. Maybe?
I don't know. We're getting pretty deep in dampening. This is only going to get more stressful for Sea-Doo and the squad of Method Orange. Trill still low, but Peekaboo being pressured. Absurge in the clone. Sam-I-Am carrying the team right now. Absurge is desperately trying to recover, but he's still locked down in crowd control. Peekaboo gets bursted. Absurge has options, but he may choke.
Trill!
Peekaboo dips low. Now Trill in trouble. 10 seconds away from Sea-Doo's trinket. Trill on the run. The Gosu crew commit for the kill, but get denied again by Sam-I-Am. Great plays from Sam-I-Am. The only reason that Method Orange are alive.
The hero of Method Orange. Peekaboo still caught into the stun. They're looking to reverse the pressure. Incarnation's going to be up in 30 seconds. Hex snuck in from Sea-Doo. Peekaboo barely surviving. Evasion, feint, everything he can to survive. Light swap coming in from WizK as well. Sam-I-Am on fire, getting a Cyclone. WizK low as they look to make a swap, but a nice smoke bomb swap going out on the Trill. Can he survive? Manages to sneak out. Sea-Doo lands the heal and Trill survives.
The pressure is insane. Sam-I-Am carrying the team on his back right now. The Gosu crew are running out of time. They're losing heavily on mana as we move deeper and deeper into dampening. Incarnation available for Sam-I-Am. He can get the game-winning play here at any moment if Absterge is not ready. His entire team under pressure as Trill lets it rip.
And for the first time in this match, the Gosu crew completely on the back foot. Line of sighting, trying to avoid damage. Kidney shot on Trill. Do they have CC on Sea-Doo? Beautiful fear. Sea-Doo trinkets out. Needs to find the healing. Gets caught in the silence. WizK gets cyclones. Nicely done by Sammy. Trinkets out. Reverse magic coming in from Trill as well to free up Sea-Doo. Nice triple Chaos Nova from Trill.
Cyclone follow-up. Sam-I-Am playing out of his mind. You can tell the pressure is not getting to him in this match. The Gosu crew are getting stressed here. Absterge is holding on to Ascendance for as long as possible for a bounce back and a big push towards Trill. They've got maybe 30 more seconds to get a kill, and if the Gosu crew can't find it in time, Method Orange will take game one. Clones on WizK, Imprison on Absterge, denying the Ascendance. They keep Absterge locked down. Great crowd control by Trill here, but he's overextended. This is the last opportunity for the Gosu crew.
Silence on Sea-Doo, kidney shot on Trill. Do they have the damage? Sea-Doo not messing around, getting in position, keeping Trill up. Trill looking to push out and close out this game with a Cyclone on Absterge. Absterge gets freed up, still has the mana, still has Trinket, Spirit Link. The Gosu crew's not looking too bad, but Method Orange in a huge lead.
Absterge maintaining his mana despite all the pressure is dampening, ramps up to critical mass. Sea-Doo on the blind, no trinket. How are they going to deal with this? Sam-I-Am is low, gone to a kidney shot, but Absterge is crowd controlled as well. It's a race to the finish. WizK keeps the chain going. Peekaboo barely stays alive. Absterge in a good position with his Gladiator's Medallion lined up. He's caught in a Solar Beam. Where's the Mass Dispel? He gets denied by Trill, but Peekaboo and WizK in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, WizK getting lower. Chaos Nova comes in. Absterge, can you save him? No, you cannot. Method Orange claims game number one.
And I think it is clear how these teams throughout the entirety of our season
Can play out this series because this is the series of their lives.
cold or hot. I think one thing is certain, that quite a few people here in the stands are cheering for Method Orange. As we enter this second game, they lead by 1 against the Gosu crew.
Sea-Doo is one game closer to breaking that curse. Will he be able to get a BlizzCon championship to his name? The Gosu crew look to deny that dream, but early on, Method Orange get a lot of crowd control, forcing powerful defensives from Peekaboo, and the longer he spends overextended, the more dangerous it becomes for him.
Yeah, Method Orange using all their offensive cooldowns, Incarnation, Innervate, Metamorphosis from Trill. Peekaboo forced to respond with his evasion and Cloak of Shadow. Sam-I-Am taking a little bit of pressure. Sea-Doo not in any crowd control, trying to reposition out of line of sight. Double Fear coming in from WizK as they try to make a swap on Sea-Doo, but unfortunately not able to find it.
Sam-I-Am being pressured away, but in good defensive position with Sea-Doo as they kite away from the Gosu crew and try to avoid them until that vendetta has been committed. Peekaboo Shadow steps in, but if he line of sights Absterge, he could just get annihilated. Trill chasing him down, now gets rooted up by the healer. Good job there by Absterge as the Gosu crew are just chasing down Sea-Doo. Sea-Doo predicts the attack Earthen Walls, but they switch targets. Great awareness by Peekaboo here in the final game of BlizzCon 2018.
Peekaboo's taking so much pressure in this game. Trill and Sam-I-Am really doing a lot of damage. Root Beam on Absterge, he's stuck in that. Chaos Nova on Peekaboo. Nicely done with a preemptive feint. Will keep Peekaboo alive, but he's not out of it yet. Cyclone coming in from Sam-I-Am. He's been on fire throughout this entire series. Peekaboo forced defensive with a kidney shot on Trill. WizK trying to back him up with mind controls. Hex snuck in by Sea-Doo. Peekaboo still running for his life. Foul Eruption on Absterge. Can Method Orange claim this game? Peekaboo barely survives. We're gonna get some pressure rolling on Sam-I-Am.
Peekaboo breaks up the chain and stays in the fight. Both teams so evenly matched here in the finals of BlizzCon 2018. Peekaboo playing it a bit scared, now charging across the map. I'm curious to see where the Gosu crew will strike next. Is it going to be Sea-Doo? Is it going to be Sam-I-Am? It's going to be Sam-I-Am. Sea-Doo leaving him behind, trying to get in position, spelling off those dots, but they go for the smoke bomb. Sam-I-Am trades quite efficiently with Markskin and Earthen Wall Totem, but it is a 2-for-1. It's an opportunity for the Gosu crew to strike moving forward. That almost deadly vendetta available, but Method Orange pulled the trigger first, and Peekaboo getting bursted down. Sea-Doo looking for a Hex here, trying to close it out, gets feared on it. Great denial by WizK.
Yeah, good backup from WizK, and Imprisonment going to be used on Absterge. Peekaboo could still be in a little trouble, but they're looking for Sea-Doo. Kidney shot, he's midfield. Silence gets reversed by Trill. Trill's been on fire, making sure he can get those silences off Sea-Doo in those crucial moments out of the kidney shot.
It's been an entire year of head-to-head, the Gosu crew up against Method Orange, and we finally get to settle the score. Method Orange lead the series 1-0, but the Gosu crew, they've had so much energy in the lower bracket for the entire event. They're definitely heated. They want to go all out. Blind on Sea-Doo. Good damage on Sam I Am. They need to keep the chain going, but the defense is unbreakable. Sam I Am stays in the fight, and Method Orange stabilize. Now they can look to initiate an attack. That innervate, Sam I Am's going to start ramping up, and these Star Surges impending could be deadly.
They absolutely could. Sea-Doo needs to be casting as many spells as possible to make sure Sam I Am is getting maximum damage. That's what they need, but the Gosu crew, they have been reading these innervates quite well. Line of sighting, Trill has to trinket out. The Gosu crew looking to get some pressure on Trill. Sam I Am rotting down. Here comes the Incarnation. Can they take Peekaboo down? Root Beam on Absurge. WizK just spamming out the mind controls to try to deny some damage. And the Gosu crew may have weathered the storm.
Ooh, Method Orange keep the chain going off the back of Sam I Am. 6 setup. Both Peekaboo and WizK very low on health. Abster sitting through relentless crowd control. Bounces back. He's trying to play it frugal and hold on to cooldowns, managing to make it out alive, saving some powerful spells for a later time. We have not even stepped into dampening at that point. It's just going to get even more crazy. Peekaboo dipping low. Abster's trying to bounce back. He's barely hanging on. He's just going to go down. Sam I Am closing it out in game 2.
That's a big Gosu crew versus Method Orange.
The Gosu crew looking to get aggressive once again. WizK midfield looking to build up that insanity. Trill pushing in. Peekaboo sitting in stealth, waiting to pick his moment.
Yeah, WizK protects Peekaboo from that spectral sight. Trill not able to find him. Now Peekaboo making his way over to initiate an attack on Trill. They're going to mix it up here. Now swap over to Sam I Am, trying to keep Sea-Doo on his toes. Sam I Am going to trade here. Peekaboo's Vendetta has been thwarted quite efficiently, but Sam I Am actually kiting out of the Earthen Wall Totem and taking a lot of damage from that maneuver, but Sea-Doo will ultimately re-stabilize the team.
Yeah, see, Sam I Am still has his Incarnation available as well. He's already traded out the Innervate. Here comes the Incarnation. Big pressure on Peekaboo. Immediately Cloak of Shadows. He does not want to mess around. He knows the damage Sam I Am has available and just wants to stop it.
Yeah, that Incarnation from a Balanced Druid. You either want to run for the hills or trade a cooldown almost immediately. If you're not careful, you fall over to the ground like Peekaboo in game number 2. So the Gosu crew staying on their toes in a defensive position and avoiding Sam I Am's Incarnation. As soon as that has faded, they are likely to move for another attack. Sea-Doo needs to prepare for it. Who are they going to go after? That's the surprise factor that the Gosu crew have. Anybody on Method Orange is a potential kill target.
The Gosu crew, always the team pushing the pace, looking to get the setup here. Blind on Sea-Doo, immediately trinketed. Sea-Doo could be an opening later on for the Gosu crew. Sam I Am still under fire, big pressure, but Trill deflecting Peekaboo. Trill throughout this entire series has just had so much pressure on Peekaboo. He's always having to doubt himself, pushing in, having to play safe and line of sight.
Great crowd control breaks there. WizK was trying to set up for a potential win, but gets denied once again by Method Orange. Their cooldown's starting to rotate back up, and the only opening I see right now is gunning down for Sea-Doo, and Peekaboo takes it. Will he have enough damage to push Sea-Doo over the edge? I do not think so, as Sea-Doo ducks around the corner. Sam I Am with support. Abster's locked in crowd control. Sam I Am on fire right now, putting Peekaboo heavily behind.
Yeah, Method Orange, they always have the safety net. Trill, he has the trinket, he has the darkness. At any moment, he can drop that purple cloud to keep his team alive. It's just going to be very important that Method Orange saves Trill's trinket in order to keep their team stable. Sam I Am into the kidney shot. Big burst coming in from the Gosu crew with no crowd control on Sea-Doo. He gets topped off. See Peekaboo once again looking for his target, but Sea-Doo just out of line of sight, out positioning the Gosu crew in the series.
Sam I Am pulling back. They know Peekaboo has Vendetta, and they're running for the hills to escape from it, but Peekaboo is also overextending. He commits the Vendetta. He goes all in. Will Sea-Doo survive? He's able to with a nice reverse magic from Trill and good support from Sam I Am. Method Orange as a unit look unbreakable.
Yet Sea-Doo with the Zalzex Veiled Eyes can be very tanky as well, and now once again, Peekaboo a little bit overextended, out of line of sight of Absurge. Needs to let the heals get connected. Absurge caught into the Root Beam. Double Chaos Nova coming in from Trill. As you can see, Method Orange getting pressure rolling on Peekaboo. Nice Hex coming in from Sea-Doo as well. Overlap with the Cyclone from Sam I Am. Peekaboo in a 1v2 situation, trying to stay alive here. Sam I Am gets interrupted. Now Peekaboo looking to reverse the pressure.
Absterge preemptive Earthen Wall Totem allowed Peekaboo to safely sit through that extended crowd control chain. Good read by Absterge here in the BlizzCon Finals of 2018 as Method Orange look to advance to match point. The Gosu crew need a miracle at this point. They're just falling more and more behind. They've got an opportunity here to take out Sam I Am. He read the situation, got into that bear farm right before the attack, trades efficiently, and stays alive.
Yep, Sea-Doo not having to use his trinket on that blind. Here comes the silence. Cheap shot on Trill. He's not able to reverse it. Sam I Am using his bark skin. He could be vulnerable. No trinket, no bark skin, but Peekaboo without the smoke bomb no real threat of a big swap, and Sidu still has his trinket, still has Spirit Link. Method Orange is looking safe.
Sam I Am's got that incarnation. Let's see if they can line it up with triple crowd control. WizKay's trying to preempt it. They start the chain with a stun. They're going after Absturge. They make a swap. Catch him in 2 stuns. Does not panic, trades effectively. Now they're going to make another swap over to Peekaboo. Double fear from WizKay denies some damage, but if they're not careful, it could go down and they'll be on match point and they have to win 4 in a row at that point. It's looking grim for the Gosu crew.
The Gosu crew manages to survive the incarnation. Sam I Am, you can see those buttons lit up right now. That incarnation, that is a scary moment in the game, combined with that innervate every 3 minutes. Sam I Am's going to be able to dish out huge damage. Sidu getting swapped to, camping in that Ghost Wolf, allowing it to regenerate some of his health. Riptide comes in, Sidu stabilizes, he survives. Root Beam on Absurge, now Peekaboo in a little bit of pressure, has to line of sight. Trill trying to hunt him down, uses the Metamorphosis, big pressure on Peekaboo right now with a Hex on Absurge, nicely done by Sidu. Peekaboo trades out everything in that exchange, but Absurge able to hold on to all his defensives.
Well-timed Cyclone at low health. WizKay able to master spell and Absurge recovers off the back of it. Sidu's team completely stable in this position. Both teams fairly even at this point. Likely that we're moving into dampening. Peekaboo trying to punish Trill as he was overextended. Trill jumps back to Sidu's side, catching a couple of Riptides and starting to recover. Peekaboo's got a Smoke Bomb. He's got a Vendetta. He wants to make a move with it, but there's no openings. He's going to have to try and force it.
Yep, unfortunately for the Gosu crew, everyone on Method Orange, they have their trinkets available. They have their defensives rolling. Method Orange looking very stable. But the Gosu crew with that Vendetta, there is an opportunity for them to get some pressure rolling. Absurge already around 60% mana. We haven't seen it come down to mana just yet, but that is an option later on.
Silence Kidney Shot looking to bait some cooldowns here on the side of Method Orange, but they don't fall for the bait, and Trill will recover. Method Orange looking to strike back, and WizKay, Peekaboo, they read that attack, preempted it, soaking up a lot of the damage and denying a situation here that would have otherwise been incredibly terrifying. The Gosu crew with nice plays defensively. Sam I Am now once again on the run. Sidu preemptively reading the situation. Both these teams basically have to read each other's minds to predict these attacks and stay alive. This high-level gameplay is what extends this match so deep into dampening. The Gosu crew trying to charge forward and bait cooldowns, but every single time they try and fish something out, Method Orange don't fall for it.
Yeah, I want you to pay attention to Method Orange positioning in this matchup. Sidu and Sam I Am consistently running away from Peekaboo, always trying to overextend and drag him away from Absurge, so he has to chase, get in midfield, and that allows Sam I Am to land these Cyclones, these Root Beams, where Absurge isn't in an ideal situation. This is what happens once again. But look, Peekaboo, he's trying to reverse the pressure with the blind on Sidu. Kidney Shot on Trill, he's getting lower. Trill has the defensives he needs to survive. Zalzak's Veiled Eye gets procced as well, but they shred through it. Sap on Sidu, this could be his trinket, but opting to hold on to it. Darkness gets used by Trill to stay alive. Silence on Sidu gets reversed. Nice plays by Trill.
Good shot calling by Method Orange to not overlap too many defensive cooldowns. Now Sam I Am is looking to ramp up with that Innervate. I think WizKay purged that Innervate instantly, trying to deny the stacks as much as possible. Mind controls now on Sam I Am to stall it out. The high-level awareness by WizKay right here is critical. Sam I Am could deal devastating damage. The Gosu crew need to be ready. Peekaboo trades instantly. Instant reaction time by the Gosu crew to deny a lot of damage. Sam I Am still holding on to it. Peekaboo on the run, huge hit. Peekaboo in trouble. Absurge in position to try and recover. Looks like the Gosu crew stay alive. Now Sam I Am on the back foot.
Yeah, silence on Sidu. Sam I Am gets interrupted. The Gosu crew looking to strike back. Sidu still has his trinket and Spirit Link, so the Method Orange isn't doing too bad. Sam I Am's incarnation will fade soon. That's going to be an opportunity for the Gosu crew to get aggressive. But you can see Peekaboo, he only has his evasion left. Lot of pressure, drops the Smoke Bomb. Sam I Am gets out, he trinkets. Another opening for the Gosu crew.
Good crowd control by Sam I Am. Both teams in trouble at this point. Sidu trying to recover with Ascendance, but getting mind controls at low health. WizKay trying to put the team on his back here to keep his pressure up. Peekaboo retreating away now, making his move towards midfield. Dotting up Trill and WizKay. When we get deep in dampening, things start to get hectic. Anybody could go down at any second. We're very close to that critical point. Who's going to make that one mistake? Who's going to make that slip up and cost their team this match? Right now, I would say the Gosu crew are in a solid position. They have no Smoke Bomb, but Vendetta coming up in 10 seconds. That Vendetta could be a game-winning cooldown for Peekaboo.
Yeah, they might be able to take down Trill. WizKay getting swapped to. We saw him fall in game number 1. I like Method Orange making sure they have pressure on WizK in this matchup. Kidney shot on Trill with a blind on Sea-Doo. Vendetta gets used by Peekaboo. Looks like Sea-Doo's gonna have to trinket and drop the Spirit Link. That will keep Trill alive, but the Gosu crew keeps the CC chain going with a fear on Sea-Doo and Sam-I-Am. Ultimately that will fade. Trill survives, but now Method Orange really not working with much.
Yeah, clean shot calling by Method Orange, but they've burned a lot of their significant defensive cooldowns. The next attack by Gosu crew could be lethal. They're going after Sea-Doo, looking for the kill. They don't have anything to follow up out of this stun. Actually, Peekaboo leading the charge, trying to solo Sea-Doo. Is he gonna find it? Trill's trying to pressure him away. Peekaboo risks a lot to chase down Sea-Doo. He can't keep up the chase. He's gonna peel away. Sea-Doo survives. Peekaboo now on the back foot. Abster's locked down in the clone. WizK gets locked out and can't support the team. Peekaboo in trouble here. Dampening so high. It's becoming so dangerous. Sam-I-Am looking for clones. Gets shut down by Absterge. Sam-I-Am rotting. Sea-Doo doesn't have a lot to work with here. It's actually looking grim for Method Orange.
Yeah, Sam-I-Am getting lower. Silence on Sea-Doo. Do they have any more crowd control? WizK moves into a position for a double fear, but gets cycloned by Sam-I-Am. Beautifully done. We're at 28% dampening. This is going to become increasingly more difficult for these Shamans to keep their teams alive as healing gets reduced. Peekaboo still low. Uses the feint. Out of line of sight. Looking for a big swap on Trill. Double fear coming in from WizK once again. Can they take down Trill? No trinket available. He has the darkness, and now that he's out of the stun and in that Earthen Shield Totem, he should be completely fine.
Sam-I-Am ramping up that Innervate. Incarnation in 5 seconds. Peekaboo does not have Cloak of Shadows. Peekaboo could just disappear from the arena here shortly if Sam-I-Am sets it up. He's in position. He's got everything ready. Peekaboo pre-evasions, expecting the attack. Sea-Doo now gets silenced. Sam-I-Am is waiting too long. He's on the back foot. Method Orange in trouble. Sea-Doo has to carry the team. Will he be able to in this moment? Sam-I-Am sets up for the kill. Pops that Incarnation. 1-star surge, 2-star surges. Peekaboo's go. Method Orange moved to match point.
You've been to Trillville, but Sam-I-Am just sent Peekaboo to the moon. Method Orange now on match point. And my BlizzCon 2018 champions, and the gates are now open.
This could quite possibly be it. Sea-Doo looking to break the curse. He needs one more win to get that BlizzCon title. Sam-I-Am goes all in. Huge damage potentially from him towards WizK. No trades, huge damage. It's match point. Dispersion force right away, but WizK does not crack under the pressure. Fair exchange. They deny the all-in kill. The Gosu crew retreating away. Trill in hot pursuit. They bank even more defensive cooldowns. This initial assault pays its weight in gold for Method Orange.
Yeah, that initial assault was insane from Method Orange, basically getting everything. Dispersion out of the way, Trinket from Absterge out of the way. Peekaboo looking to create some pressure. Kidney shot on Sam-I-Am. He trinketed aggressive a little bit earlier on, but Gosu crew, they don't really have too much to capitalize. I feel like Sam-I-Am is sitting pretty, still has the Barskin, has a renewal. Silence on Sea-Doo, the Gosu crew finding pressure. Sea-Doo has to play catch up.
Good shot calling by Sea-Doo. There's no cooldown overlaps. There's no openings right now for the Gosu crew as Method Orange position defensively and get ready for the next attack, but they catch Sea-Doo in center field. They interrupt Sam-I-Am. Good support by Absterge, but Sea-Doo gets out of that crowd control and likely will survive. Now Absterge locked in crowd control. Peekaboo forced to retreat.
Yeah, take a look at this map. This map is going to allow WizK to get more fears on this map and make it difficult for them to run away. Sea-Doo lands the full hex on Absterge. He has no trinket, but Peekaboo running, styling all over the place. Now making a swap over onto Sam-I-Am with the kidney shot. He's getting lower, blind on Sea-Doo. He has to trinket, not using the Spirit Link just yet, but Sam-I-Am nothing left. The Gosu crew are one setup away from putting a point on the board.
Sam-I-Am out of position, and the Gosu crew pounce on that weakness right away and get a clear opening for a kill here. Vendetta on 31. They've got pressure leading into it. How is Sam-I-Am going to survive? He's trying to retreat desperately with Sea-Doo around the corner, but WizK is chasing him down for the kill. Absterge position. But they left Trill behind. They make a swap over to him. They catch him out of position. The Gosu crew taking any opportunity they can to get a kill here. They need to win 4 in a row if they want to take this BlizzCon. Everything on the line.
That Gosu crew needs to get through one last defense, and that is Trill's trinket and his darkness. They can get that out of the way. They can take down Sam-I-Am, but Trill smartly holds on to his trinket so he can assist his team a little bit later on.
Sea-Doo locked in crowd control. Sam-I-Am can't support, and Peekaboo is gunning down for the throat. Sea-Doo needs to deal with it. He's got that earthen wall totem. It's likely to stabilize, and now the Gosu crew are on the run once again. Absterge locked in crowd control. Sam-I-Am with no follow-up. The Gosu crew and Method Orange stabilize here. It's still match points. The Gosu crew, their tournament lives on the line. Incarnation up in 30 for Sam-I-Am, and if Peekaboo is not careful, that could close this out.
Yeah, nice life grip over onto Peekaboo. He makes a swap on Sea-Doo. That was good teamwork from the Gosu crew. Sea-Doo getting lower. He has to run away, but in Ghost Wolf, he should be able to survive if he can get out of line of sight. The Gosu crew playing this matchup a little bit different. All three members charging in on Method Orange, keeping them on their toes.
Ooh, Sea-Doo, dangerous a little bit. Pre-tremors the fear and gets a Hex. Great plays here by Method Orange. WizK forced to void shift right before that incarnation. If Sam I Am can get a clear footing here, he's got a big punch lined up and ready. Who is he going to launch it at is the question. Almost like to see a swap to Absturge, catch him off guard. They've got 4 games to work with. There's the Solar Beam. Where's the incarnation? Peekaboo is on the run. Actually, he's chasing down Sea-Doo. Sea-Doo pre-earthen walls. Both teams just reading the minds of each other, denying a kill once again.
Sam I Am sitting on that incarnation for a little bit longer than we'd normally expect. Now into the cheap shot. Gosu crew, nice pressure. Silence on Sea-Doo. No reverse for Trill just yet. Sam I Am getting lower, forced to use the bar skin. Peekaboo, no trinket. The only thing he has to keep himself alive is that Cloak of Shadows. Method Orange, they are 1 game away from being the BlizzCon champions of 2018, but the Gosu crew, they are not making it easy.
Incarnation pop. Peekaboo instantly reacts and swaps to try and get some aggressive pressure, gunning down for Sea-Doo. Trill is backing him up, and Peekaboo can't stay this deep. He's on match points. One mistake, and their tournament lives will be over for this year. Sam I Am under pressure. WizK trying to carry. Good crowd control, but Sam I Am stabilizes. Sea-Doo's in position to stay alive. He's trying to get across the map and out of midfield. That way WizK cannot have his way. Absturge is burning the end of his mana. How much longer can he keep his team alive? The momentum looks good. The mind control is solid. That Vendetta ticking away. Peekaboo Shadow steps over, breaks up the chain, but Peekaboo on the ropes. Absturge trades out Spirit Link Totem. Both teams in trouble.
Yeah, Absturge scared, trades out the Spirit Link Totem. That's really the last line of defense. Sam I Am still low. Kidney shot now on Sea-Doo. Sam I Am midfield as Peekaboo makes a swap onto Sea-Doo. Trill trying to get some pressure. Sea-Doo looking to line of sight, drag Peekaboo. Peekaboo not falling for it, but Peekaboo still in a lot of trouble. That is the imprisonment coming in from Trill on Absturge. Gets out of the crowd control. Sam I Am with a nice cyclone, denying the heals from Absturge.
Yeah, Method Orange, they're just taking a deep breather at this point. They've got a huge mana lead. They've got a huge cooldown lead. All they have to do is stay calm, cool, and collected, and this BlizzCon is theirs. If they make a cooldown overlap, if they have a wrong shot call, that could cost them. The Gosu crew try to find an opening here. Sea-Doo deflects, but he gets feared on his trinket.
Oh, no.
Nice moves from WizK. They continue the chain. Sam I Am in trouble, and that is a critical error by Method Orange. They overlap 2 vital defensive cooldowns, and the Gosu crew have created an opportunity.
Yeah, Trill having to drop out that darkness for the first time in this series, I believe. Now a Hex on Absturge. Peekaboo running away. He trinkets evasion. Wants to avoid this damage. Root Beam on Absturge. The crowd control's not done yet, but WizK with the mind controls, he's been on fire, denying Method Orange.
Sam I Am under pressure, but Sea-Doo denies the kill with this earthen wall totem. The entire team stacked up, and Peekaboo dips low. How long can Absturge keep him aggressive? The Gosu crew have to push in for a kill, but they risk their own lives to do so. Everything is on the line as they are on match point. They need to crawl back 4 games in a row, but they're running out of time. They gun down for Sea-Doo, but he pre-astral shifts the incoming attack. That move by Sea-Doo denies the kill once again. Despite those overlap of cooldowns, Sea-Doo outplays, and now Peekaboo in trouble. Trades out Cloak before incarnation. This could be deadly for the Gosu crew in another 40 seconds.
Yeah, Sea-Doo looking to drag Peekaboo out of line of sight once again, but Absturge there to assist. All 3 members of the Gosu crew looking to take down Sea-Doo. He has to play catch-up, really not working with too many defensive cooldowns. He has the Spirit Link, but without his Ascendants, it's going to be difficult to top off his team.
I mean, look at Absturge's mana at this point. Method Orange have the Gosu crew in a chokehold. They've only got a couple more attempts left in them, and if they can't do it, Method Orange will be the 2018 BlizzCon champions, and they know that. They're stalling, but Absturge is trying to sneak for a drink, gets denied. Sam I Am gets caught in the kidney shot. Peekaboo tries to make some plays. They've got a couple more seconds to try and nail a kill. WizK's got good crowd control. Peekaboo, though, he's not committing. He commits now towards the end. Sam I Am responds, holding on here for this Vendetta, and if they can survive this, I'm not sure how much longer the Gosu crew can stay in it. Trill setting up the team. Excellent crowd control, but Peekaboo pre-feints the incoming attack. Both teams just reading each other, left, right, center. Can the Gosu crew pull it off? I don't think so. Peekaboo dips dangerously low. Absturge has basically nothing to work with. Peekaboo in evacuation mode manages to escape for now, but how much longer?
He's running for his life. Absturge trying to get the heals on him. Sam I Am getting crowd control. That was the incarnation. The huge burst from Method Orange, having Peekaboo run for his life. WizK looking to get something going, getting the VTs, getting the dots on everyone. Sea-Doo ahead of the pressure. There's a silence on Sea-Doo though. Peekaboo low, kidney shot on Sam I Am. Both teams in trouble, Sid.
Sam I am hanging on by a thread, but they've got so many answers to trade. The Gosu crew are the ones on the ropes here. Dampening getting to critical mass. Absterge playing out his mind. WizK doing everything he can, but they just can't break the defense. Peekaboo trying to set up the play here with a shadow step kick, but Absterge is locked in crowd control. Both healers removed from combat. Sam I am low. Peekaboo is low as well. Anyone's match with the Cyclone is good. The stunts to follow up, but there's just not enough damage. Peekaboo stays alive, trying to duck down potentially around the corner. They silence up Sea-Doo. They're trying to chase down Sam I am. They interrupt him. He can't bark skin. Sea-Doo likely needs to link here. They're trying to hold on to it. Earthen Wall Totem. Great shot calling by Method Orange. They stay calm under the pressure.
There is so much on the line for these two teams. Peekaboo now into a Cyclone. Sam I am doing a good job denying the Gosu crew at 20% dampening. As that ramps up, it's going to be more and more difficult for Absterge and Sea-Doo to keep their teams alive. Sam I am looking for potentially some crowd control on Absterge, but no, just looking to reposition with Sea-Doo. WizK charging in, looking for a fear. Sea-Doo trying to deny it. Kidney shot now on Sam I am. Trill keeping the pressure up on Peekaboo. Silence on Sea-Doo. Sam I am has to bark skin. In the meantime, Peekaboo under fire, has the Cloak of Shadows if he needs it, but Sam I am's the one in trouble.
The Gosu crew are going to have to take the gamble at some point in this game and risk their own lives to put Method Orange down, but right now, Sam I am sets up for the win. WizK reverses it. Pressure on both sides. Cloak of Shadows has been forced. Darkness has been forced. Teams are running out of cooldowns. Sea-Doo is still crowd control. Sam I am gets mind control of the darkness for a second, but they manage to break it up. Sam I am slowly but surely stabilizing, and Peekaboo's on the back foot. How much longer can he stay deep on Method Orange is the question. Sea-Doo is silenced up. They need to gun it down. Sam I am renewals. He stays in the fight. They drop the Spirit Link to stay on top of Method Orange, but Method Orange just can't be toppled.
Yeah, Sea-Doo is so greedy, still has that Spirit Link totem, and that is so vital at this point in dampening. Peekaboo getting stunned up, triple CC coming in from Method Orange, full Cyclone on Absterge. Peekaboo trades out everything to stay alive, kidney shot on Trill, looking to line of sight. Incapacitate over onto Sam I am, nicely done by WizK, backing up Peekaboo just a little bit, trying to slow down Trill and Sam.
Everything rides on Sam I am's shoulders right here. He can carry the team to the 2018 BlizzCon champions here in 15 more seconds if he sets up excellent crowd control. Peekaboo will be eradicated. Peekaboo panics. He messes up the diminishing returns on Trill. That's an opening for Method Orange. 8 more seconds. They're setting it up. Method Orange are looking for the win. Peekaboo gets stunned up. The wind shear is good. Method Orange want to go all the way. The crowd control chaining in. WizK doing whatever he can to keep Peekaboo alive, but it's not looking like it might be enough. Absterge pulls off the miracle. They're still alive.
Absterge somehow holds on. Peekaboo survives. WizK low, forced into the dispersion. Method Orange has all the pressure. Crowd control still rolling on Absterge. Finally, the Cyclone ends. Kidney shot on Sea-Doo. Peekaboo barely holding on. WizK falls, and Method Orange has done it.
Diminishing returns on Trill. That's an opening for Method Orange. 8 more seconds. They're setting it up. Method Orange are looking for the win. Peekaboo gets stuck. The wind shear is chaining in. WizK doing whatever he can to keep Peekaboo alive. They're still alive.
Absterge somehow holds on. Peekaboo survives. WizK low, forced into the dispersion. Method Orange has all the pressure. Crowd control. Come on. Absterge finally the Cyclone ends. Kidney shot on Sea-Doo. Peekaboo barely goes.
This team needed, and Sea-Doo year in and year out, your new champion.